Yo, yo. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Thank you. Hi, welcome to the channel. Jake, and this is R2 Cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's live, we will be discussing whatever the hell we want, cause it's 2 cents after dark. Y'all know how I go down on 2 cents after dark. We may start the conversation talking about boxing, but we just let it veer and go whichever direction it needs to go in, because we're on these panels a lot and we always want to have opportunities to talk about things off topic, but we always got to kind of keep the conversation boxing, because that's what everybody's here for. But everybody know, when you come to 2 cents after dark, it's open panel, it's open topic. Any conversation goes. We've had all kind of crazy conversations. One day, my ultimate goal is for one day for my 2 cents after dark show. Eventually, it'll be for my members only, and all the replays and everything will be in my members only, because that's how live we're gonna get. That's how live we gonna get, but we gonna keep it free for now. Let everybody pull in, let everybody pull up, get the numbers up, and then we're gonna have this exclusive. It's gonna be exclusive for the 2 Cents, exclusive 2 Cents After Dark. But right now we just getting it started. We just getting it started. So shout out to everybody in the building. I'm gonna let a couple more people pull up in here, then I'm gonna say what's up to everybody. But I'm gonna let a couple more people pull up in because I got a few things that I need to address real quick. And you know what I'm starting to notice is that every time, or for the most part, that my opinion is not the same as the collective. And when I say a collective, it's like we know we got like certain people, certain channels, certain content creators. We kind of got the same, we think alike, so to speak, kind of, because I guarantee you don't nobody think like me, but kind of, we think alike on some issues. But there comes times where my thinking or my perception may be a little different, or I'm just providing a different perspective, right? I could see, I could be like, damn, I could agree with you. I could see where you're coming from with that. However, I could also see your perspective from this way and how this is going, right? Typically, anytime this happens, every time people want to sneak this, call me names. Now all of a sudden I need to cut my camera on. Like, listen, let me say this about my camera and me cutting my camera on. First of all, I started my channel, I was on camera. So if you're that hard pressed and you really got to know what I look like, just go back and look at my old videos. I'm not hiding from nobody. Well, that's one. Two, I don't need to have my camera on. Nobody's here to see what I look like. They're here to know what I think like. They're here to know what I think like. You don't need to see me to know how I think. You don't need to see me to understand my intellect. You don't need to see me for you to give you my opinion. You don't need to see me for that. But look, if you want to, that's your opinion. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. That's cool. But for everybody that's just want to be so gung-ho and act like because I ain't got my camera on that means something, just go back and look at my old videos. It's just that simple. Like, I'm on camera. I'm not hiding from nobody. Two, I'm not going to always have the same opinion as everybody. And that is something you should appreciate about me, that I think for myself. I have genuine opinions, genuine thoughts. I don't base my opinions and my thoughts off other men like some of y'all do. I don't do none of that. I'm consistent, right? I'm consistent. I don't bounce around and some ain't okay because this now it's okay. I don't do none of that. I don't do none of that, right? And people can sneak this all they want. You can sneak this all you want. You're entitled to your own opinion. Matter of fact, your opinion to me ain't even none of my business for real. It ain't even none of my business for real. And I shout out to all the people that's gonna clip it up and send it to me and let me know who talking shit. Like, that's cool. That's cool, but I don't care. Like, it's funny to me, actually. All of this over my boxing opinion, I don't understand. So 2 Cents, what started this? Well, y'all know why I'm mad. Y'all know why folks mad at me. Y'all know why they mad at me. If put it in the chat, why y'all think folks mad at 2 Cents Boxing? Why y'all think they sneak dissing and talking shit? Why y'all think they're mad at 2 Cents Boxing? I'm just curious. If y'all know. I'm sure y'all know. Y'all know why they mad at 2 Cents Boxing. And what's crazy, y'all know what's crazy is half of the 2 Centers, half of the people you see in my chat, y'all see them typing in the chat, they don't agree with me. When I started my channel, I intentionally went around to places that I knew wouldn't agree with me. Well, 2 Cents, why did you do that? Because I wanted a diverse channel. I want a diverse audience. I don't want people in the chat that's just going to agree with everything I say. I don't even have friends that agree with me. If I meet somebody and they like a people pleaser or they just gonna agree and follow and do, I'm not gonna be your friend, because you not having a mind of your own and you not thinking for yourself is going to irritate me. I cannot be around people like that. I can't be around followers. I can't be around people that won't be like, hell nah, you stupid. I ain't doing that. I can't be around people that's not going to disagree with me. I can't be around people that's not going to be like, that's stupid what you doing. Now, you could tell me that's stupid what I'm doing. That don't mean I got to agree or I got to listen. But I definitely want to hear your opinion. I listen. You check my friend group. We argue all the time. We don't agree. Because that's just the type of person I am. You feel me? And Boxing Hacker, y'all stop trying to put me in Hanos. I ain't the leader, the first lady of no. I ain't in no groups. I don't join no groups. I'm an individual. So everybody mad at me now over Clarissa Shields, of course. And I don't know why. I don't know why people feel some are upset with me about Clarissa Shields. I never disagree with anybody. I never said what she do is right. I never defended her. I never said that anything Clarissa Shields do. I never said that. What I did do was just point out some things and make people look at some things and give them a different perspective, because what I've realized, especially in this boxing space, and I see them do it to fighters all the time, is once the media can change the public's opinion to hate you, they've also changed the public opinion to hate everybody that supports you. I'm gonna say that again. Once the media has put it out there and made the general public hate you, quote unquote, hate you, they also make those people hate the fans of those people, right? You can't say anything positive about Clarissa Shields without people feeling some type of way for real. Unless you hating or saying something negative, they mad at you. And I don't know if y'all noticed this about me, but if it's a gazillion people shitting on somebody or talking shit, why do I need to do it too? Why do I need to point out all the negative things when everybody else is talking about all the negative things? I don't need to talk about all the negative things too. I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. Southpaw says, Clarissa's a great boxer. However, I wouldn't want my daughter looking up to a mistress. Then that's fine. It's not Clarissa's responsibility to be a role model for your daughter. It's your responsibility to be a role model for your daughter. Celebrities aren't role models, y'all. I don't know if y'all learned anything from this whole Diddy situation, but these niggas ain't role models. These celebrities ain't role models. Majority of them is fucking scumbags. I don't believe that. And this is not just because it's Clarissa Shields. I've always believed this, and I've always said this about people. When people try to put this, oh, you're not a good role model cape on people, I don't jive with that. Because one, people decide on who they want to look up to. I mean, it is what it is. And two, you should be the biggest role model in your child's life, not some random celebrity that they see on TV that they don't even know. And if a fighter wants to look up to Clarissa Shields, I mean, if somebody wants to look up to Clarissa Shields, they can look up to Clarissa Shields because she's a good fighter. She's accomplished a lot of things as a fighter. Why am I looking up to a celebrity about their personal life? Why am I looking up to a celebrity about their personal life? How many celebrities have y'all seen with this quote unquote great personal life that they putting on in the public, only to find out later that this shit was all a facade and it was fake anyway? You will never hear me say, "Oh, this person needs to be a better role model for my kids." No, I need to be a better role model for my kids, not no random celebrity that they got bent over by Diddy at a party. No, I don't rock with that. So this person needs to be I just feel like you're just trying to put a person in the box and trying to control who they are. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. Can y'all name me any of these fighters that's role models? I remember when y'all used to be on here crying to me about Terrence Crawford. Oh, he a family man. He don't smoke. He don't drink. Only to find out he out here fucking with all kind of bitches, getting restraining orders on hoes, having outside babies. He doing all of this shit. Nobody ever said Terrence needs to be a better role model. Nobody ever said that. Clarissa Shields isn't the first woman. Her whole identity is not Papoose mistress, Southpaw. How the fuck is that her whole identity? She just started talking to Papoose. She definitely had an identity before that. See, this is what's pissing me off about this Clarissa Shields shit in this boxing space. I get it. She put all her information online and this and that, and people can criticize her. That's fine. I don't have a problem with people criticizing her. But the hate that she's getting because y'all don't agree with her personal life, who the fuck are y'all? Who the fuck are y'all? If you don't want your daughter looking up to a mistress, then don't let your daughter be exposed to Clarissa Shields, because you're not going to stop her from being a mistress. That's not what you're going to do. But what you can do is stop your daughter from looking up to her as a role model. Yeah, that's what you can do. What you can do is make sure you have a good babies by good women so that those women can be role models to your daughter, not Clarissa Shields or anybody else for that matter. A non-feminine woman is the worst in a lot of men's eyes, and you don't want to tell me. You don't want me to tell you what type of nigga is the worst in a lot of women's eyes. Like I don't understand. So what? If you think Clarissa Shields is the worst, you don't like her, she a mistress, then why the fuck are you paying attention to her? Why are you talking about her? Why are you watching her? If she's the worst in your eyes, then don't pay attention. Like, I don't understand. It's not that hard. I don't understand. It's not that hard. See, don't come at me talking about, no, she ain't a good role model to my daughter. I don't give a fuck. And she don't give a fuck neither. And she shouldn't. These are your kids. You be role models. Their mother be role models. Their aunties be role models. People that they know and that they're around should be their role models. Not Clarissa Shields, who's on fucking TV trying to be famous and get a fucking TV deal with Zeus. She's trying to get a TV deal with Zeus. How y'all think she gonna be acting? Like, I don't understand. And when I say this, people are like, oh, you defending her. I'm not defending her. I'm not defending her. I'm just trying to tell y'all that the shit y'all keep trying to shoot Clarissa down about and hate her about, one, it don't got shit to do with boxing. And two, it's that girl's personal life. It's that girl's personal life. Don't come on here talking to me about her being a mistress when Papoose is the fucking one that's married. I don't hear nobody saying nothing about Papoose stepping out on his wife. Where is his accountability? Men in the chat that's talking to me about Clarissa being a mistress? Southpaw, can you tell me where is Papoose's accountability? You didn't come in here and say nothing about how Papoose is being irresponsible out here parading around with another woman while he's the one that's married. I don't understand why ain't nobody saying nothing about that. I'm not defending her. I'm just coming from a different perspective of a different point of view, because y'all acting like this Clarissa Shields shit is just one way, and it's not. That's all I'm saying. But hey, everybody entitled to their own opinion, and this is mine. This is mine. See, everybody want to say, oh, well, I understand Clarissa Shields is a fighter, but she's a woman, so she need to blah, 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 blah. Okay. So men, if y'all understand that Clarissa Shields is a fighter and she's a woman and she need to blah, 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 how come there's no understanding that y'all are men and y'all all in this woman business and y'all need to blah, 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 blah? Like, the shit goes both ways. If she's a woman, see, people will tell me, no, 2 cents. We criticize the male boxers, so we're going to criticize the women boxers too, just like we do the male boxers. Okay, if that is the sentiment and I don't disagree, then don't tell me I understand she's a fighter, but she's a woman. She got a blah, 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 blah. No, She's a woman fighter, just like the men fighters. If y'all can criticize her just like the men fighters, then she can act and do what she want, just like the men fighters. Because y'all don't criticize the men fighters for the same thing that y'all criticizing Clarissa Shields for. I ain't never seen y'all on here criticizing no male fighter for cheating, stepping out, or doing none of that shit. Y'all don't be all in them niggas' personal lives like that unless it's Javante Tank Davis. Y'all wasn't on here every day talking about how Devin Haney had a baby by a prostitute. Y'all wasn't on here every day making video after video after video after video after how Devin had a baby by a prostitute, how he bought her $400,000 in gifts, trick of the year. Nobody was making videos about that every fucking day. Y'all wasn't. Did they criticize? Yeah, they criticized. But they didn't go I can't fuck with Devin Haney. He married a prostitute. Did I come on the internet and say, I can't fuck with Devin Haney? He married a prostitute. He married a hoe. He had a baby by a hoe. He a trick. He spent $400,000. I can't respect no nigga like that. I can't respect no nigga that'll spend $400,000 on a hoe and then try to sue her to get it back. I can't respect no nigga like that. Did I come on here and do that? No, I did not. Do I come on here and do that day after day after day after day? No, I do not. Am I on here saying Devin Haney shouldn't be acting like that? He should be a role model. I got 3 boys. He need to be a role model to my sons. Y'all see how dumb that shit sound? I'm asking, does that sound dumb to y'all? Because it sounds dumb to me. Y'all sit on here day after day after day, all in this, talking about this woman's personal life. And I mean, I get it. Clarissa Shields, she don't know when to shut up. So she's constantly going to get people talking and people responding to her. And I don't think she has a problem with that because she won't shut the hell up. So obviously it doesn't bother her. But my point that I'm trying to make is, it's too much on her personal life. And it's too much of y'all saying y'all don't like her. She need to do this and she need to do that. Trying to put her in a box and make her be how y'all want her to be. I don't know. It's because y'all y'all are men and she's a woman. So y'all think that she's supposed to be trying to placate and be how y'all want her to be. I don't know if that's the disconnect. But don't tell me, oh, she gonna get credit. She a fighter. She gonna get criticized just like the men fighters. She gonna get treated the same exact way. So then let's treat the men the same exact way. Then let's dig into their personal lives. Let's make videos about their personal lives and the dumb shit that they do day after day after day after day after day. I never said nobody is above criticism. I'm not saying nobody above criticism. Listen, see, I don't listen. People don't listen. They just hear what they want to hear. Comprehension is key. Comprehension is key. And I don't know why my thing is saying I only got 1 person in the chat. Can y'all punch the like and subscribe button? Listen, I'm not telling nobody what to do. If you want to criticize her, she do numbers. Shout out to Clarissa. She do numbers. Shout out to her. I don't care if you make video. This is just my 2 cents about it because I just feel like the stuff people be coming up with, it just be like y'all reaching. It's nobody's responsibility to be role models to y'all kids. And I've always believed that this ain't got nothing to do with Clarissa Shields. Every time somebody would be like, oh, they not a good role model. Like, and they only do black athletes like that. Have y'all noticed that? Do y'all notice when white athletes, and I hate to play the race card, but do y'all notice when white athletes do shit, they don't never say nothing about them being no fucking role model. They never say nothing about them being role model. The shit is really offensive, if we honest. I don't need LeBron James to be a role model to my boys. They got their father to be role models to them. They got uncles to be role models to them. I don't need niggas going to Diddy parties to be role models to my kids. I don't. I'm just saying. Gap 2 Gang say she overshared everything. Alicia is a thought pocket, but the world didn't really know until AB said something because she ain't always in the media. I mean, it is what it is. Her life is in the media. It's on display. She wanted it that way. But y'all ain't know Clarissa Shields was a city girl until her side dude came out and started snitching. How come nobody saying nothing to the side dude that came out talking? Where the niggas at in the chat that go tell this nigga he breaking the code? Why is you running your mouth if you the side nigga? Why y'all not mad at him? Why y'all get mad when the women come out and they the dude side chick? Y'all mad at the side chick? Oh, she just a hoe. She trying to break up your family. She a hoe. She wrong. She knew he was. She knew what he had going on. Why she gonna say? But when Maserati Bud come out, y'all mad at Clarissa. No, why is this nigga coming out opening his mouth and he's supposed to be a side dude? I'm just saying. And AB came out and told y'all Alicia Baumgartner was a hoe and nobody cared. I don't care if Alicia is more feminine. What the fuck does that even mean? Somebody's more feminine. Y'all really killing me with this feminine shit. Like, get out of here, because a lot of y'all niggas ain't masculine. I don't know if y'all know that or not. And sitting on here talking about Clarissa Shields every fucking day, that for sure ain't masculine, in my opinion. So what if I got on here every day and every time niggas got on here and start acting like bitch ass niggas or exhibiting DL behavior, I told niggas they wasn't masculine? Then what? If every time a bitch ass nigga was on the internet saying my name on some dumb shit because of my boxing opinion, and I got on here and told the nigga he acting like a bitch and he ain't masculine, then what? Ain't nobody running around telling y'all hoe ass niggas every day y'all ain't masculine enough. Like, cut that out. That shit is annoying. It's really irritating. And it's only thing that y'all saying to put people in boxes so you can try to control them. If Clarissa Shields ain't feminine enough for you, then she's just not feminine enough for you. You not trying to date her. She with Papoose right now and probably got a couple more niggas on the side. She not worried about y'all. Yep, and that's what I'm saying. It's not gonna stop Gap 2 games until it's not gonna stop, or people are not really gonna recognize what's going on until Clarissa just stop talking. But people starting to peep though. People starting to peep the little sneak dissing people be doing, the passive aggressive shit that them other fighters be, Amanda Serrano and them be doing. Like, people starting to peep it though, because I've been pointing this out for a very long time. Y'all go back and check the old videos. Especially y'all bitch ass niggas that's worried about what I look like. Go back and check my old videos. My face is on the camera. If you that concerned. I've been saying this about Clarissa Shields. I've been saying this about Clarissa. Matter of fact, let me pull it up. I don't know what they worried about what I look like for. I mean, I don't get it. Like, I'm hiding. My face is on. I got videos with my face on the camera. Go back and check. It's not that serious. People telling me I ain't got no confidence and I must be ugly like Clarissa. I identify with Clarissa and I like what are y'all talking? Yeah, I identify with greatness. You right. I identify with greatness. I wouldn't even come on here and go this hard today, but Softball came on here with that shit in the chat. I had to address it real quick. But I mean, listen, anybody want to chat? We could chat. You don't got to sneak this. Just click the link. I'm live 3 times a week. You don't got to sneak this. Are you saying women have the right to act the way they do? And if men do, they're acting like women because they don't like Clarissa? Are you saying women have the right to act the way they do? Yes, women have the right to act the way they do. And if men do, they're acting like women because they don't like Clarissa? I don't think that's what I said. That's not what I said. What I'm saying is, Ishmael, is people tell me, well, we're gonna criticize Clarissa just like we criticize the male boxers, right? And plus, she putting all her information out there and da. And I said, okay, that's cool. You're gonna criticize Clarissa like you do the male boxers. That's fine. But at the same time, they also tell me, well, Clarissa Shields is a woman, So she needs to carry herself in a certain way, and she needs to do this and do this and do that. And I said, okay, cool. You can't tell me you're going to criticize her like the men and then also say because she's a woman, she needs to act a certain way. Because if that's the case, because you're a man, then you need to be criticizing her a certain way. That's what I'm saying. But if you're going to say we can criticize her like the men, and I'm going to say she can act however she wants like the men. That's the point that I'm making. That's what I'm saying. And Clarissa Shields is a fighter. She's a fighter. She's in a combat sport. I don't care if it's other women fighters that meet your standard of femininity. So what? Like all I'm trying to say, basically, if you want to criticize Clarissa Shields, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I feel like it's starting to get to a point where it's, I don't know what the word is, what to call it, but it's just getting to a point where somebody could say just one thing and then everybody just gonna take it and it's gonna spread like wildfire, even if it's a misunderstanding, even if she didn't even do that or say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's so hated that anybody can say anything and then people are gonna believe it and hate her even more for it. Like, that's the point she's reached. And all I'm saying is, and I've always done this the whole time throughout Clarissa's career, I've been a fan. Go back and check the old videos. A lot of times when people were mad at her or saying she did this and she did that, she was being misunderstood because the people were talking shit and sneak dissing and saying shit to her first. It's just that she's going to be the loudest when she responds. She's going to get the most attention when she responds because she's bigger than they are. So nobody is seeing what's happening. All y'all be seeing is her responses. And then y'all be thinking, oh, she this and she that. Now, are there times where she may say insert herself in situations where she don't need to be inserted in? Yeah. Are there times where maybe she shouldn't have responded? Yeah. But so what? So what? That's all I'm saying. Only girls who like girls and men who like men rock with Clarissa. Well, that's your opinion, Southpaw. I could say only men who like men sitting on this bitch every day gossiping and complaining about her. But you don't hear me saying no dumb shit like that. Because that's DL behavior, in my opinion. But that's my opinion, though. They want Clarissa to be a victim so bad when Clarissa isn't even complaining. It's just 2 cents boxing. I want her to be a victim? Y'all just be saying anything. And I'm not complaining. I'm giving my opinion. Remy, a beautiful black woman. You talking about Remy that stabbed her friend and went to prison? You talking about the Remy that cheated on her husband? That held her down while she was in prison? Like, y'all gotta stop this shit, bro. That's cool. Y'all don't gotta agree on me about Clarissa. I'm not worried about y'all agreeing. I'm not trying to make nobody agree. And I'm not trying to change nobody's mind. I'm just giving my 2 cents. Shout out Southpaw. Yeah, man, we could disagree. And that be my thing with people. It's like people don't know how to disagree with you without being mad or taking shots, or like we just disagree. Like, fuck, this is one topic we just don't agree on. But I did y'all see her interview with Two-Tone and Najee? I thought that was a pretty good interview. She threatened to punch Anthony Joshua for no reason. Y'all funny. No, but 2 Cent Pap was cheating. No, Pay. Don't try to say Pap was cheating now after he done got played twice. by Remy and Clarissa. I don't want to hear that shit. Now Pap cheating. Before, he was the best nigga ever. He was holding her down. He was doing everything he was supposed to do. Now after the nigga that got cheated on by 2 different women, he was cheating too. No, Paige, get out of here. Get out of here. Well, you try to change people's mind though. If it was a disagree and move on, you wouldn't keep debating it. Can anybody put a 1 in the chat if they felt like I'm trying to change their mind? Bill Martin, this might not be the chat for you if what I'm saying is changing your mind. We need some strong-minded individuals over here. Laugh all. Oh, Remy said he was cheating. I don't know, Remy. How much credibility Remy got saying somebody else was cheating when her ass was cheating? That's what I'm trying to figure out. No, but I just want to come on here and say that real quick. Shout out to Clarissa. I think maybe eventually, I think if she just chill, she said on the last interview she was trying to chill and stop responding to everybody. But I think she feels like her responding to everybody makes her authentic. Because I heard her say, like, you know, she would always wonder why celebrities would never respond and say stuff back. So, you know, she thinks she's being genuine and authentic, but she's not. You're not. She's just toxic like that. Like, she just comes from an environment probably where people like to argue and you ain't finna say nothing without me saying nothing to you. And like, I know people like that. Like, they can't let shit slide. I had a friend like that in college. She will go somewhere. She was one of them, like, what you looking at? Like, type people. And I had to tell her, I had to sit her down. I had to be like, look, you cool. We can kick it. I said, but I'm telling you now, if we go somewhere and you start a fight, I'm not helping you. I said, I'm not helping you. I say, because when we go out in public, you always you just so bad. Like, she was from Arizona too. I'm like, I'm from Texas. We don't do shit like that in Texas. You'll get shot. I said, you run around here acting like you all bad and like you can beat up everybody. And I said, I don't usually rock with people like that, but you cool. But I'm telling you now, when you and me, don't do that shit. Because if you start a fight and we are together, I'm not helping you. I don't want you to be surprised that I'm just sitting there looking at you get beat up, because I'm not helping you. Because it was unnecessary. You started it, and it could have been completely avoided. Like, you need to grow up. I probably was a junior. She was like a freshman. She was a freshman. I said, you need to grow up. Like, you're not going to be hanging around me acting like that. I'm just telling you that right now. I literally had to tell her that. I'm serious. I think Clarissa didn't find herself attractive as a child, and now she letting her inner conscience speak. I mean, you know, she's a fighter. They probably made fun of her, called her names, you know, little kid shit. On top of her upbringing and all of that. Y'all know how it goes. But we can run through this shit with the male boxers too. Especially Adrian Broner. But y'all know what was crazy about Adrian Broner? And I was a fan of Adrian Broner. I like Adrian Broner. He a scumbag, but I was a fan of Adrian Broner. But Adrian Broner got chance after chance after chance. Right now, to this day, Adrian Broner is still getting chances. He just signed with Misfit Boxing. To this day, Adrian Broner is still getting chances. I've never seen nobody in life get as many chances as Adrian the Problem Broner. Has anybody else seen anybody get more chances than Adrian Broner? Never have I ever seen anybody get more chances at life than Adrian Broner. Speaking of AB, did y'all see the recent clip of him with Dean the Great? Dean the Great? Who is that guy? He don't act very masculine. Dean the Great. He don't act very masculine. No, I'm not talking about nobody white, Dondrick. You know what I'm talking about. Dondrick, I ain't gonna lie. It looked like you had a couple shots too, bro. Look like you had a couple shots too. So I got some news for y'all. Well, I don't know if it's news to y'all, but it's news to me. I'm open the leak early today. I was sleepy before I got on here too. Yeah, got me talking about Clarissa. He's a Misfits boxer. He got slapped by Larry Wilson a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I seen him get smacked by the other boy. And then he was going to get beat up by somebody else, and AB had to stop it. I didn't like when Clarissa called out Keith, but other than that, I don't have a problem with her talking crap relating to boxing. Oh, that's when everything went downhill when she said something about Keith. Oh shit, I got 5 super chats. I'm tripping. Shout out to Big Dog Willie in the chat with the $2. He said, "Salute 2 cents boxing chat." Shout out Big. Shout out to Southpaw TV with the $1.99 in the chat. He says, "Can I tap in?" Shout out Southpaw TV. I'm about to drop the link in a few. Southpaw TV back in the chat with the $1.99. He says, "I love you 2 cents." 2 hearts fire emoji. Southpaw TV. Mr. Greg in the building with the $5 in the super chat. He says, "This for support, sis, and the cooking tonight." Shout out, Mr. Greg. I got 47 people in here. Let me get 47 likes. Make sure y'all punch that like and subscribe button. Shout out to Ishmael with the $5 in the super chat. He says, "Just passing the plate around." Shout out to Ishmael. Shout out to everybody getting started early tonight with the super chats. Y'all know what it is. We trying to break Dean's super chat record, 30 super chats in one live stream. We still shouting out. I think last time we got to 18. Did we get to 18? I think we got to 18 or 20 last time. We tried to break the record. So I'm seeing right now, I want y'all to put a 1 in the chat if y'all knew this, that Teofimo Lopez has been ordered to fight Lindolfo Delgado for his vacant junior welterweight title. The title became available for Richardson Hitchins vacated belt yesterday. Lopez was contemplating a move up to 47 pounds, but now could fight for another title at 140 pounds. What y'all think about that? Shout out to Patrick Bell in the building with the $5. Shout out Patrick Bell. He's saying nothing, just supporting the channel. Shout out to Patrick Bell. First of all, y'all know I haven't been too high on T.O. And everything I'm about to say ain't got nothing to do with the Shakur fight, because I was saying this before we even thought about Teofimo fighting Shakur Stevenson. I felt like Teofimo's best fight was Lomachenko. And in that fight with Lomachenko, his father was not his trainer. He got trained by somebody else. I've been following T.O. his whole career, so I know what I'm talking about. I was like, damn, T.O. look good. He finally finna turn around. He got another trainer, blah, blah, blah. And so he does the Loma fight. He wins the Loma fight. And it's like winning that Loma fight, in my opinion, it's like winning that Loma fight and getting those belts. didn't do him any good. Like it seemed like it hurt him. It hindered him in some type of way because you know, I don't know what kind of went on. Like he just started kind of tripping, thinking he was undisputed. Like I don't know what it was like going on in his mind, but the focus wasn't like, okay, I got these belts, let me get more focused and keep it pushing. It just seemed like he kind of started regressing, and he started to kind of get on the decline after that win. And so I was kind of done with T.O. and then he started making all the gay remarks about wanting the black fighters to play with his banana, and whichever monkey want to play with this banana, and all this other gay shit that T.O. kept saying. People was like, oh, he being racist. It sounded gay to me, to be honest. I know it's the racist, the monkey, the banana, but T.O. it gave me gay, to be honest with you. So after all of that whole shenanigans, I was like, all right, I'm really done with T.O. Like he's declining. He's not getting any better. We seen him arguably lose to Sandor Martin. We fucking seen him lose to Kambosos. And he just hasn't been the same. Like mentally, I think T.O. is checked out. I think T.O. is checked out mentally. He got the toxic relationship he got going on with his father. Whatever. Now, with all that being said, they started talking about him going to 47 to fight Ryan Garcia. And I said, I don't want to see it. I don't think that's a good fight. That's a dumb idea. T.O. power, like nothing about his pop, his power, nothing has been the same since he went from 35 to 40, right? He's been declining in his skill level. He hasn't been getting better. His power ain't the same. He getting hit a lot. All this stuff T.O. got going on. So I didn't think him going up to 147 pounds to fight Ryan Garcia was a good idea. It was a dumb idea, in my opinion, right? So him fighting for the IBF, I don't know if that's smart for T.O. because I remember during the Shakur fight, T.O. dad said the hardest thing T.O. was going to have to do was make the weight. So then you're going to go back to 140 pounds and fight for the IBF belt with the 10-pound rehydration clause if you're having issues making the weight? Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense to you. I think T.O. is caught between a rock and a hard place. I feel like he's too small for 47, or he may be able to go to 47. He might be able to contend with some of those people at 47, maybe. But his power ain't gonna be the same. His skill level, unless he gets a new trainer, and then he got kicked out of the Reynoso camp. Didn't T.O. get kicked out of Reynoso camp? Or am I tripping? I actually think he tried to get another trainer. He tried to go over there with Canelo and them, and they kicked him out the camp. I think that was T.O. Was that T.O. that got kicked out of Reynoso camp, or was that Ryan Garcia? It's one of them. It's one of them. It's T.O. or whoever. But oh, that was Ryan that got kicked out. Okay, I thought it was T.O. But I think T.O. he needs to, I mean, his wife left him for a black guy allegedly. And he got like this type of I don't think he hate black boxers, and a lot of people like T.O. racist. I don't think T.O.'s racist. We've had that whole racist conversation on here. Y'all know how I feel about the word racism and what I think racism is. But I think he does have like a complex about the black fighters because probably all his life they've been better than him. They've been better than him. And he's never really been able to reach that elite level. And not everybody is going to reach an elite level. Like some people are good elite fighters. Some people are great B+ fighters. Some people are great C-level fighters. Not everybody is going to reach an elite level. And I think that this what's the word? It's this thing going around boxing where if a fighter don't fight like Shakur Stevenson, you think they trash or they bad fighters, or if a fighter get hit, like no, like you got to appreciate all the fighters at all the levels. It's boxing. You're not going to have just a ton of elite fighters at weight classes. You're not going to have that. So you got to appreciate the B-level fighters. You got to appreciate the journeymen, like the Frank Martins and the Nahir Albright. Like, you got to appreciate those type of fighters, because those are the type of fighters that are going to contend with the quote unquote elite fighters. It's not that many elite fighters. You're not going to have elite fighter, elite. You're not going to have that every fight. And then when you do get fights where you feel like it's two elite fighters, it usually don't ever play out that way. It usually don't ever play out that way. So I think we need a greater appreciation for every level of fighter. And I think Teo needs to appreciate what level he's at more, instead of being jealous and resentful. Focus on you. See, when you're jealous and resentful, you're not focusing on you. You're focusing on them and what they got going on. Focus on what you got going on, Teo. Focus on what you got going on. Focus on what you need to do to be better. Because if you sit down and you took an audit, what do I need to do to be better? I'm sure a new trainer will pop up in that audit. I'm sure a new trainer will pop up in that audit. Your dad got substance abuse problems, allegedly. How is that beneficial to you? It's not like he's some great coach, but he a drunk, but he's a great coach. Like, it's not that. It's not that type of situation. So me personally, I think you just need a new trainer, Tio. Just get you a better trainer. And I'm not talking about get you a trainer and then let your dad be in the corner. No, just switch the whole team up. Strength and conditioning, new trainer, new environment. Like, you gotta get away from. You gotta get out of that, Tio, because it's not your skill that's the problem. You're athletic, you talented, you have all of the things. We all see it, but it seems like somewhere in your head things are messed up. In my opinion, that's my opinion. But I'm not a T.O. fan. I don't rock with T.O. I don't really be checking for T.O. like that. However, I am a boxing channel, so I'm always gonna give my honest opinion, and that's my honest opinion about T.O. Shout out to T.O. And they was really mad at T.O. about what he said about Shakur Stevenson. Basically, T.O. was like, yeah, Shakur Stevenson beat me, but that shit he was doing, it ain't he beatable. He beatable. Now, the next person I'm gonna give my 2 cents about is Richardson Hitchins. And I know we're not supposed to be going this hard on boxing talk tonight, but I'm about to drop the link anyway. I've been going for an hour already. I'm gonna say this real quick about Richardson Hitchins, and I'm gonna drop the link. So Richardson Hitchins comes out with this tweet talking about, tell Duarte if I'm so pussy and I'm scared to fight him, meet me at 147. I'll fight him whenever he want. Literally, whenever his manager can reach out, whenever. Now, I made videos about fighters with no self-awareness, right? Especially Devin Haney, because he made another statement today about Ryan Garcia being on coke. You know, like I told y'all he'd be getting high, and I'm like, Devin, don't you know they accuse your dad of snorting coke on the internet? Devin, like, you just ain't got no self-awareness. Like, sit this one out, Devin. Like, you don't need to be tweeting nothing about nobody doing coke. Sit this one out. So anyway, so Richardson Hitchins tweets this tweet. And when that whole situation happened with Richardson Hitchins, I was kind of like being like, come on, y'all. Like, why would y'all think that Richardson Hitchins would lie about being sick? Y'all think he went through a whole camp, cut weight, was up there looking like the crackhead off the PJs, and did all of that only to fake like he's sick to drop out the fight? Like, why would he do that? Right? That's what I was saying. Like, I don't think he's faking, y'all. I think he's probably sick for real. Only for you to come out to find out that you signed with Zuffa and you moving up to 147 pounds. Now, does that mean you wasn't really sick? I don't know, but it's starting to look like you was playing games. It's starting to look like you was playing games. And a lot of people are wondering, like, well, why would Richardson Hitchins go to Zuffa? He was the champion. You know, at first of all, I don't know why people keep thinking people are going to go over to Zuffa and keep these belts. I don't think it's happening. The first reason I don't think it's happening is because Zuffa doesn't have all the weight classes. So you go over there with an IBF 140 belt, they don't got no 140-pound division. They don't got no 140-pound division. And you're talking about, oh, come fight me at 147. No, I'm not coming to fight you nowhere. Because when it was time to fight you, you ducked out the fight. So don't tell Duarte if I'm so pussy. Yeah, you are. You are, bro. We sitting here the day before the fight, and you all of a sudden sick, and then a couple days later you pop out with a new contract and a new weight division. But we supposed to believe you was sick. Again, I don't know if he was sick or not. I'm just saying the order of events is starting to look like you might have been BSing, Richardson. Why is your name Richardson Hitchins? Like, why you got two last names? Richardson Hitchins. I don't trust nobody with two last names. I don't trust nobody with two last names, and I don't trust nobody with two first names. That's just one of my rules of life. One of my rules of life. So, and now you over there calling out people. You signed a contract with Zuffa. You know you only can fight fighters at Zuffa, but you calling out other fighters. Like, that ain't at Zuffa. Like, come on, Richardson Hitchins. Cut it out, bro. Cut it out. And why did you have to go to Zuffa to move to 147 pounds? Why wait till you get to Zuffa? Why didn't you move to 147 pounds when you was out with the other contenders that you could really fight? Y'all let me know and drop it below. Who does Zuffa have at 147 pounds? Because I don't know. Dang, Gap 2 Gang say, I don't trust nobody who pour their milk before they pour their cereal. Gap 2 Gangs, please tell me who you ever seen doing that. Because I wouldn't trust them either. But I've never seen nobody doing that. Not even my kids. And they be doing some crazy shit sometimes. Who pour their milk? How you gonna pour the milk before the cereal, Gap 2 Gangs? That don't even make like man, if I seen my kids doing that, I would get on their ass so hard. Because why are you doing that dumbness? Bronny playing in the playoff game. This shit crazy. Is he doing good? What else you got? If you got two last names, I ain't trusting you. Gap 2 Gangs say if you pouring your Gap 2 Gangs. If you seeing somebody pouring their cereal, they milk before they pour their cereal, you already in too deep. You already in too deep. Because who you with that's at your house or that you eating breakfast with? You already in too deep. You should have been knowing they was pouring the milk before the cereal. You should have been. This should have been other red flags, Gap 2 Gangs, before you got to the cereal. Shout out Ray Davis in the building. Hold on, y'all. My computer about to die. David say, yeah, he balling with his pop. Shout out to LeBron James and Bronny. Call that nigga Bronny. Oscar De La Hoya has a question for Conor Benn. At Conor Benn, you went on a press tour saying you want to fight King Ryan and every other champion. How the F do you plan to do that when you're signed to Zuffa, who only lets you fight their unicorn POS belt? That's what I'm saying. That's another thing about Conor being like, I think the problem with Zuffa is imagine if Frequent Flyer and Boxing Hacker got a ton of money like Turkey and then they came into boxing. They would handle boxing in their like lollipop fairy tale land boxing way, when boxing don't really work like that. And I think that's what's going on with Dana. Like, he's approaching the boxing as like a fan, because you think you can get a whole bunch of fighters signed to Zuffa and they can call people out and act like they want to, but that's not going to work, because unlike, let's say, a Terrence Crawford, just for an example, right? Y'all humor me. Just like Terrence Crawford calling out all the fighters over on the PBC. Now, we know that most likely those fights aren't going to happen because there are two different promotional companies and they don't like to cross promote because of the money and this and that. But it's definitely, it's always kind of like a possibility that the fight might happen, or at least the fans can kind of believe that the fight could happen, because they don't really understand the nuances of really what's going on like that. But when you got Zuffa, who's already came out and publicly said, we're going to destroy the sanctioning bodies. You got video. I got to find these videos and make videos about this stuff. You got Dana White saying he not working with any other promoters, talking shit about every promoter. He ain't working with none of the sanctioning bodies. He's already came out and said all of that. So now when you got Richardson Hitchins and all these fighters going over there, Conor, Benn, and they trying to call out the Ryan Garcias and the this and the that, and they trying to call out champions from other sanctioning bodies, you already know off the rip it's cap. It's not gonna be a split. Like, you know how people be like, Shakur capping, and some people be like, no, I believe him, and some people like, no, he capping. You're not gonna have that back and forth and button heads, because we already know you're only fighting fighters at Zuffa. You're not fighting for no other belts. You're gonna fight for that Zuffa trophy, and you're gonna keep it pushing. So, Oscar Wright, how you saying you want to fight? You've been talking about Ryan Garcia, and guess what? Guess what Rolly said? Rolly said, I don't think Conor Benn is gonna fight Ryan Garcia. I think he capping, because he was capping with me. He ducked me. So I think he finna duck Ryan Garcia. Speaking of Rolly, I want to show y'all this video. I might have to say that for ladies' night. Let me drop the link, because we only got like an hour and a half left on here. I know y'all be want to talk. Damn, I've been going for a whole hour. I promise I felt like I ain't had nothing to say before I came up here. I ain't gonna lie. I just told my husband, like, I don't even know about tonight. So I don't even know about tonight. I'm tired. Jermell Charlo goes off in one of our best interviews ever. No holding back. He goes at everyone. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. YouTube members only. Y'all know I got to see the Jermell interview. Jermell, why are you still walking around with them belts, Jermell? Right, Jermell? Shout out Paid in Full in the... What up, Paid?
What's going on, 2 Cent?
Got for the show?
Pretty much, like, I was gonna say that far as, but some, I get what you're saying, but sometimes Clarissa bring that shit onto herself, which we already had that discussion before.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand when you saying well, people be going too far with that shit. I agree with you. Sometimes they do go too far with that shit. But a lot of females as well is not calling out men and shit like that. So that's another discussion for another day. But as far as Richardson Hitchins, I think he been on a bunch of bullshit, bro. Like I just don't trust him no. I don't trust him no more, bro. It just seems like that. Like he just talk a lot of bullshit, because when you had the opportunity to fight Duarte, you pretty much got on bullshit, bro. You said you was weight drained and all this shit, but then you go over to Zuffa, and I think the reason why he went over to Zuffa because no other promoter was trying to fuck with him like that no more. I think they pretty much cut his ass off. Cause I think they thought the nigga was full of shit. You get all weight, you make the first weight, and then come Friday, you don't want to. All of a sudden, you get sick, and now you don't want to fucking fight. Like that's bullshit, bro. That's a lot of bullshit. So I'm gonna just stop right there. I'm gonna let everybody else tap in.
All right, Boxing Hacker, what you got for the show?
Yo, 2 cents. What's up? What's up?
What up? What up? What up? We got Boxing Hacker in the building. Oh no, this for you, Boxing Hacker. Hold on.
No, such a hater. Hey, I'll say this, right? I do. I always support you, Clarissa Shields. I think when it comes to Clarissa, when it comes to men, I think men are just intimidated by her. To be honest with you, like even when she talks about sparring, fighting men, boxing men, it never bothered me. I'm like, she's a fighter. Clarissa feels like she can beat everybody in the world. That's what makes her the best female fighter, probably ever. The woman that can beat Clarissa Shields, I don't think has been born yet. I think Clarissa Shields is literally the best female fighter in the world currently. And I think she's earned her right to like challenge whoever she wants to challenge. If she comes out and says she wants to fight Keith Thurman, okay, she's not the first woman to fight a man. If Keith Thurman agrees, okay, let them fight. If Keith Thurman wins, okay. If Clarissa wins, okay. It's to me like she solidified herself. She's done enough in the sport where I think she earned the right to be in the ring with anybody in the world. She's the only, like I said, she's the only male or female boxer to have 2 Olympic gold medals in America ever. We have people that went back to the Olympics. Nobody ever won 2 gold medals in a row. Nobody. She's defeated every single person she's been in the ring with since the amateurs. She's defeated that person. Even Savannah Marshall, who beat her once in the amateurs, she beat her in the pros. Like to me, she's earned her right. So when it comes to that part, like I don't understand why people just get so upset about it. It feels like people are just intimidated when she says stuff like that, but not to me.
I mean, it's just one of them things, Boxing Hacker. People. I mean, I get it. Like, don't get me wrong, Clarissa Shields, she be tripping. Like,
Lucia Riker fought a man. Lucia, I don't know if you know Lucia Riker.
Yeah. You always tell that story when you come up here.
Yeah, she fought a man. And nobody, I remember when that happened, nobody was like, "Oh, Lucia." Who cared? Lucia Riker beat like 50 people. Like, if she fights a man, okay. Let's see what happens. She lost, but let's see what happens. I mean, she beat a lot of goddamn people before that guy she fought,
I'm not even finna say, I ain't even finna go there,
but like as far as the Richardson Hitchins situation, I mean, we had this conversation earlier. Like, I think Zuffa is the right decision for him. Because like when you listen to how like people have been treating his career, like Eddie Hearn doesn't seem like he doesn't really sell. And when he was with TMT, like they treated him pretty bad. I think when it comes to Zuffa sort of like gives like that whole like, how can you say it? Yeah, like yes, sort of like guarantee fights. You guarantee at least some kind of, even if you don't get a fight, you guarantee a retainer, like you guarantee a place to train. So like for him, I think it makes sense,
Yeah, I mean, they gonna hit us with the bait and switch, Boxing Hacker, and when they do, I want you to come tell me I was right.
All right, but what if they don't? You gonna tell me?
Because you ain't told me I was right about this turkey shit yet. Nobody have actually.
What did Turkey do different?
I told you that business model he was running ain't sustainable. He not finna keep paying these fighters all of this money for these fights.
I mean, he's still making fights, so I don't know. It's hard to say.
It's not sustainable, Boxing Hacker. You've heard them come out and say it ain't the money. You've heard Eddie Hearn say Turkey not paying all that shit no more. Like, no.
We'll see. We'll see.
Mr. Greg. Let me read this real quick. It says the only chick get this much hate was Angel Reese or maybe Candace Owens. First of all, they was super hating on Angel Reese. I don't even know what Angel Reese did. Like, for real, I don't know what Angel Reese did. And
Clarissa was too.
They for sure can't stand Candace Owens. Like a smart, intelligent black woman that's gonna roast your ass. Like she's gonna debate you. Like you're not gonna be more. You're not more intelligent than Candace Owens. You're not. And they hate it. They can't stand it. They absolutely hate it. Mr. Greg, what you got for the show?
Hey, speaking of Candace Owens, I like Candace Owens. I love seeing her when they do those funny debates where it's her against a whole team of people, and she cooks them all. She'll get hate. Some people get presented and positioned to the public in a certain way where they're either loved or they somehow get positioned as a villain that everybody gets a chance to to say whatever they want to about them. Unfortunately for Clarissa, she's kind of helped that happen, but she seems to thrive with it as well. And that's interesting because some people will wilt when so many people come for them. But she seems to really thrive in that kind of environment. And it could be because of where she came from. It could be just that's her personality. But just like Floyd became a villain in order for him to get more attention and more money, Carissa may very well be borrowing from that blueprint. Who's to say? But for now, that's what's going to happen to her. She's going to, go in. People going to go in on her, and she'll settle down. I hope as soon as I think the more she fights, that's on the podcast and on Facebook and places like that. The hate that seems to be spewed toward her. You was talking about Teal, and I remember a couple of maybe it was 2 weeks ago. We were talking about the training and the coaches and stuff. I wish we could have got more into that, because when you said Teal started going downhill, and I agree with you. Right after he won the Teal fight, it seemed like his whole life fell apart. He was, like I said, beefing with his wife, beefing with some people in the media, started calling fighters out and calling them names and stuff like that. He just went to pieces. And I don't think he's ever really picked that back up, because prior to that, he was pretty focused on winning fights to get the Loma fight. And that was something really nice to see, that he was putting that work in like he was. He was getting a few more fights, I believe, as well. But there was structure, and men usually thrive when they have a structure to follow. Soon as he got to that, I guess he feels that was the top. When he got the Loma fight, suddenly everything just fell apart, and he ain't been the same since. The stuff that's happening over Zuffa with Richard Hitchins and some of the other fighters that are going over there, this is just more of the soap opera-ish aura that boxing is taking on. We got a new villain in town. They're going over there, and then everybody's going to go over there and start calling out people who aren't there. That's sort of the blueprint. We'll just start hollering across the street. I dare you to come over here. No, come over here. And, we'll be talking about that for the next couple of months until somebody actually fights. But I'll just land there and see where the rest of the chat goes.
All right. Let me read this. It says she talked bad about someone who has bleeding on their brain and constantly threatens men and is sleeping with a married man. So this is the thing right here, right? She didn't, and this is why y'all get mad at me and say I be defending her, but I'm not. She didn't talk bad about someone who had bleeding on their brain. First of all, we didn't know Shadesia Green had bleeding on her brain till the next day, 1. And 2, Rick Timms came in my chat and he told a story about how he was on somebody's channel and he was watching the fight. And after Shadesia lost, he was talking, because he a Shields fan too. He was talking shit in the chat and he was laughing like, you know what I'm saying? Like she got her ass whooped basically. And he said people started attacking him and was like, why you laughing at her going out on a stretcher and this and this and that? And he was like,
true.
I'm not laughing at her. No, this is Rick Timms. I'm talking about Rick Timms.
I'm talking about Clarissa.
No, but I'm telling the story. Listen. Mm-hmm. And Rick Timms was like, I'm not laughing at her going out on the stretcher. I'm laughing at all the people that was like, Shadesia beat Clarissa. People were saying she need to fight her and she ducking her and all this other shit. So he was like, that's what I was laughing at. And I mean, people think that Clarissa Shields was laughing at Shadesia Green getting taken out on a stretcher. But if you ask me, Clarissa Shields been boxing damn near all of her life. She's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Me personally, I don't think she was laughing at Shadesia being taken out on a stretcher. She literally says in her video, she wasn't laughing at her taken out on a stretcher. Clarissa Shields takes boxing extremely serious. It's her life. I don't see her laughing at somebody going out on a stretcher. I don't see her doing that. She respects the sport too much for that, in my opinion. She's been doing it her whole life. She knows how dangerous this sport is. She knows people can get hurt in this sport. Now, if y'all want to believe she's that vile of a person that she will laugh at somebody going out on the stretcher, that's cool. But I don't think she was laughing at the fact that she got taken out on the stretcher. She's saying, y'all thought this bitch could beat me? Like, hell no. Like, look, she just got stopped. It wasn't a, oh, she going out on the stretcher, she could die. Ha 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 ha. I don't think it was that. But again, once everybody hates you, they're gonna believe every single bad thing about you. And that's just the bottom line. Go ahead.
Well,
Yo,
Q, I know you.
I think the
I know
timing was.
you
I think
already
I
talked,
think the
Hacker.
timing
Come
of it
on.
was bad though, bro.
Yo, 2 cents. You know who that
Hacker, you
reminds me of?
already talked, Hacker.
Yeah,
Yo,
no,
Hacker, you
You
gotta
already
chill when
got
people
yours
talk,
in, man.
man.
Come
I'm gonna
on.
open up the panel. Go ahead, be more.
go ahead, be more.
Yeah, check it. Look at the time. I got a screenshot of the timestamp. As she was being taken out the ring on the stretcher, she was laughing. Seriously. That's crazy.
But it's like one of
Seriously.
those things where you can't tell tone in a
She
text message.
said,
Hold on,
because
Big
she
Mark.
did a
It's one
separate
of those
video.
things where you know how. Have you ever seen P and Kill do the text message skit where they texting each other, and one of them is saying it one way
Yeah.
and then the other one is taking it another way? Like you can't tell
Yeah.
tone in text, and you can't be like, "Oh, I looked at the time," and like, come on, man. Like, it's just my opinion, though. Go ahead, be more.
Yeah, but hey, look, she bring all that shit on herself. Just like Greg said. I definitely agree with you, Greg, 100%. She brings that on herself. Shit she say, you know what I mean? Shit she do that on herself. You know? And the whole Layla Ali thing, that's a whole nother story. Clout chasing on her dead father, trying to assassinate her character, and the whole time Layla didn't say not one word. Not one word. Until she finally
That is
said
false, be
enough's
more
enough.
Dilly. She absolutely said
No.
stuff. Y'all cut it out, man.
Until she made a video.
No,
And she
no, be
showed
more
and
funny.
she
That is
showed up
not
with
true.
receipts. Then Clarissa tried to do her impersonation of Layla Ali doing the video, and it crashed horribly. Seriously. She bringing on herself, yo. That's all on. Hey, you know what I mean? That's all I gotta say about that. You know what I mean? But Hitchison, he ran up into the Zuffa Protection Agency. Seriously. He ran right into the Zuffa Protection Agency. That's all he did. He knew he was not going to be able to make. He knew he was not going to be able to deal with that rehydration clause anymore because he himself is a weight bully. He's a weight bully. It's like this new crop of young boxers out here are just weight bullies. They walking around 160, 170, 180, shrinking down to fight at 147, 140, 135. That's crazy. And then they allowed to do it. They need to go back to same day. They need to go back to same day weigh-ins. You know what I mean? And cats need to fight at the actual weight. That's why we gotta go back to the way it used to be. You know what I mean? Where boxers had balls and they got up in there and they was like bam, and they went at it. You know what I mean? Plus they getting paid. They was getting paid a lot more than what the boxers was back then, unless you was the superstar. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what need to change. These guys, a lot of these guys, are, man, come on, yo, come on. Turkey, and they fell for the turkey. They fell for Turkey's bullshit,
Mm-hmm.
overpaying them. They weren't worth it. They never draw enough to even make that amount of money, and it's ridiculous with that. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna land my plane right there.
Let me read this comment. It says she definitely bring things to her own plate. 100 big facts. You know who else bring things to their own plate? Blue Hustle Man, and then try to cry and play victim. Shakur Soft Touch Stevenson.
Facts.
100.
All right.
100. No, I'm gonna give
Clarissa
you a
Buddy.
big true that on
Clarissa
that.
Buddy. Shakur Soft Touch Stevenson.
I told you, all them B-side boxing club cats be doing that. All of
I
them
want
do
to.
that.
I want to see how boxing finna turn out now that Turkey is out the kind of pretty much out the picture.
I told y'all he came to destroy the American market.
Yep.
Cause
This is
you,
exactly
I'm
what he
pretty
did.
sure you saw they called Daniel Cunningham shady ass.
Yep.
Yep. It was one more thing I was finna say. Damn, Blue Hustle Man threw my thought off. I was finna respond to D More Bully. I forgot what it was though. Best videos. I mean, no, Thomas. What you got for the show? What's your 2 cents?
Man, all I gotta say is I appreciate the way you hold people to the standard that they are in. Period, point blank. You don't sugarcoat nothing for nobody, even if you rock with them. I mean, you know some of the stuff she do, just downright vile. But you understand she a product of her environment. And she's pretty much doing what she's always did. She's just got a little bit more accessibility because she's got more notoriety. She's got more exposure. She's gotten more money. And sometimes when people who been touched with the things that they've been through some of the things she's been through. I mean, for women, especially women that finally got it into the amateurs and finally got to be able to go through the systems where they can go fight for gold medals and things like that, they had to endure some pretty horrible things by dudes who had took them on to train them. And
Yep.
she did. I mean,
I don't even bring that stuff up, Thomas.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's part of her identity though, and unfortunately, when that stuff happens to you, that changes you as a person. You get to see how cruel people can be. People you put trust in misuse your trust, abuse your trust. And then it makes you become more callous as an individual because you got to go through extra hurdles and hoops. Now, I'm not making excuses for her behavior. She definitely could be the star attraction or the star name on the movie She Ratchet if they did a remix version for it. Because she definitely ratchet. She can fight her ass off. She is a little sloppy in the ring for my liking. But she does back up everything she do in the ring. That being said, she do carry herself in a manner that is kind of unsavory for a lot of folk. And then she run her mouth. And unfortunately, Scripture tells us about running that mouth and that damn tongue, and she can't control it. And that bad boy just lets a whole bunch of mischief go out. I don't know if she did the stuff on purpose with old girl. I don't even know what happened to old girl in the ring. I didn't see anything that looked like it would do that much damage to her. But one thing it was serious for her. She had to get carted out, and they said she had blacked out. I hope she okay. I hope she can come back, and I hope she can fight her way to avenge that. I don't think she ever gets to fight with Clarissa now, especially the way that things scale. But, I do know that it wasn't a good look. I don't think she would intentionally celebrate her being carted off on the stretcher. If she would, then man, that's even lower than I think. But at the same time, man, they all talk a lot of talk. We got your girl freaking what's her name? Golly.
See, could y'all imagine if Alicia Baumgartner life was public?
Her.
She out here sleeping around with everybody, and her attitude is nasty too. But she ain't in the camera all day like that. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all just don't. So I mean,
you're right.
Hey,
it's just how people perceive her, and how they relate. Just like this, my man Hacker.
Listen, that's cool. I don't care. I'm just giving y'all my opinion. Listen.
Oh yeah.
But you know what? You know what, Thomas? Where was this compassion after Earl Spence got in his car accident?
Yeah, for real. Hey,
where was this compassion? Because all I heard was he a drunk. All I heard was the worst things said about Earl Spence after his accident.
Hey,
nobody gave a fuck how vile people was being after Earl got in that
accident. That's a fact. That's a fact. And that comment that you had up.
Nobody said nothing about the vile, fucked up ass shit people was saying about Earl after we didn't even know if he was gonna live or nothing. he flew out of a car going 100 and something miles per hour. But Clarissa's the most vile human being because y'all think she laughed at somebody leaving a fight on the stage?
Yeah, because they forgot what Bomac was talking shit. Bomac was talking crazy.
Bomac was talking They was talking crazy about Earl Spence. Nobody cared, Thomas. Where was the compassion, Thomas?
No, I feel you. I go back because I was just about to segue into that part right there. You had a comment up there by my man Ishmael Hassan. And basically what was left off of that thing is that as long as you're in direct opposition to the PBC, all that is washed away.
Yep.
It's like for their sins, Christ hung for it. But everybody that is affiliated or a big seller or a big draw of the PBC, and if they happen to be black, woo, 3 snaps in a circle. It's time to let loose on their ass because they gets no mercy.
So it's okay for Bomac to talk shit.
Yes,
about Earl almost dying. Nobody have not one problem. Nobody don't have not one problem with it at all. Nobody say nothing. Nobody call him names. Nobody say he the scum of the earth. None of that.
You know how I feel about his fat ass. You know how I feel about his fat ass.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying my question, and I'm only saying that to say, when did that boxing fans get so sensitive?
You know, but to say, you know what this reminds me of? You remember, and this is for Shakira Richardson. Remember when like Shakira Richardson first came on the scene, like when she was going to the Olympics and all the people started hating her, like you know, like she didn't really.
Are you going back to that Clarissa Shields comment and talk about that again? We talking about something else.
I think this is what we segue to, right?
No, we was talking about something else.
It ain't his turn.
No, it ain't his turn.
It ain't your turn.
I just think that it's a similar type of hatred. Like, do you get that same sense? Do you remember when they were hating on Shakira Richardson?
No.
They hate
No.
It's
Shakira Richardson haven't done any of the shit.
Shakira Richardson got killed in the media.
Smoking weed.
That's what they always do to
really hard on the media.
Hold on, let me get Sin what you got.
Oh no, keep cooking. I'm gonna get in where I fit in.
All right, Dondrick, what you got for the show?
I want you to roll on board.
Yeah. First of all, Clarissa is wrong because she chose a married man over me, so that's what she messed up at in the first place. We're not gonna never skip over. We never gonna skip over that. I don't know why y'all keep bringing it. Y'all want me to bring it up, but I'm
sure Dondrick just hit up in the DM. She might hit you back. You know how
Clarissa down. You already know I'm in there. As soon as Pat don't want to cook, no, I'm in there.
Like that. Pat ain't fucking with her like that. Watch that Nadia interview.
That's why she be online all the time, man. Cause that nigga, man, he needs some blue chew. He need to get right, man. He need a honey pack or on the Street Fighter pills. You know what I'm saying?
You fucking back with Remy.
My bad. I was about to, get it off my heart.
Remy. He's sneaking off, hitting up Remy. That's what he
is. Yeah, but the Clarissa, hold on. God dang, nigga, let me finish my soliloquy.
Go ahead. You got it.
Yeah. Like, so the Clarissa thing is a lot of it comes on her, but a lot of it is some people just try to get off on her, you know what I'm saying? Some people do just be like trying to talk shit about her just because they want to talk shit about a woman, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these niggas be on some soft ass shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Me, I'm gonna get on her ass every time I think she doing something wrong because I'm gonna get on niggas every time I think they doing something wrong. I like equal opportunities, and she do. Sometimes I can say, yeah, she do bring it on herself, but sometimes it be like, all right, y'all niggas pushing it. Sometimes, like sometimes I see it. Oh, she dressing like that, nigga. Like when she went and had that weigh in, and she had I forgot what she had on. The first time she was like really trying to be sexy, and they like, oh, she doing dress. Yeah. And I'm like, man, that booty look nice to me. You know what I'm saying? I was over there. I don't like this. You know what I'm saying? And my father, he's a hater. You feel me? He's like, I don't like that. I'm like, but you liked it when Alicia did it. He said, well, that's different.
She had her whole ass cheeks out.
hey, I want to see it again. But repeat. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they pick and choose because it is like an unconscious bias in people's head for dark skinned women and light skinned people, women who present themselves more feminine. They try to treat them a little different. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
Clarissa, she's unapologetic. Like I tell people, she's petty as hell. So even though Franchon got knocked out and took out a stretcher, I thought it was wrong. She was talking about, but in my mind, I'm the type of nigga. If one of the niggas y'all talking shit about, I'm gonna do the same thing. So I ain't gonna. I'm like, if I don't know what happened to you, I'm sorry. When I find out something later, I'm gonna apologize. But at the moment, I'm talking cash shit. You know what I'm saying? So she just act like niggas that she been around niggas her whole life. She gonna act like them. So I don't understand why people make a big deal about it, but I understand like being a woman is harder because you gotta have sex appeal, you gotta have different things to and I think more men got mad at her because she said she could beat men fighters. I'm like, even though every time she say that, I said you a fucking liar. You
Right.
can't. But it's like it's she want to believe it. Oh well, I ain't gonna make no post about it or make no video about it. I'm gonna say my little
Right.
2 cents and keep it moving. So it's like
Right.
I
it
really
ain't that
don't
big of a
think.
deal.
Yeah, I really don't think that men. Well, I can only speak for myself. Like I wouldn't. I'm not offended that she says stupid shit like that. I'm thinking about more so of the backlash if she puts a man in the position to defend himself and then he ends up hitting her and then it becomes a civil war. Then we go back to, to whatever time period to start legislating new laws and shit like that, or that's gonna basically fuck up the whole sport. Like I feel like a lot of organization between separating men from women has kind of just taken place, and she's going to end up putting it right back to where these little transformers and everybody else who's mentally weak enough is going to get back in that field and start knocking motherfuckers like her right the hell out and breaking records left and right, and they're going to completely dismantle women's boxing and all women's sports if
No, that's a
with
reach.
that type of that is it opens the floodgates for that
Mm.
type of shit. I think that her being a female boxer, I don't think that the boxer title takes precedent over female. I think that there is an attitude that should be applied so that when young women look at their championship or world class boxer, that young women have a good example of conduct, how to manage success and how to properly represent themselves as a female counterpart of the sport. And I think that she really just kind of throws a lot of that away. And it really compromises the superpower of the woman. It takes away the whole. I don't think that women are supposed to be like men just because they're boxers. There's a motherfucking attitude that applies to whether you're on the male side or the female side. And you can still be a woman, you can still be feminine, you can still know how to bake apple pie or a motherfucking whatever the hell. You can still do all that shit and knock a motherfucker out. And you don't have to compete with men to prove your worth or, we are married in that regard. So I think that she compromises and kind of discredits the woman's division because she's not really satisfied with the talent pool. She wants to fight a 50-year-old to validate herself and immortalize herself in the sport. Even if she'll even go as far to try to fight a Rolly Romero who knocked out the motherfucker who almost knocked her out in sparring. And it's like, at what point does the delusion stop? Just because you're a boxer and you're on snack and all this other shit, it doesn't give you the right to be delusional and to put yourself and other females in dangerous positions because you have this crazy, malicious, malign. I want to think of all the M words because she's from Michigan. I want to put a whole bunch of words together, but I ain't gonna do that to her right now. But she has a crazy attitude, and I think that she brings a lot of the hate upon herself. She's not a victim. Like, people are biased. There's definitely a biasness towards her, but she makes it very easy to kind of go against her
Ooh,
based on
Sin
all of
put a
that.
lot of sauce on that. He put a lot of sauce on that. But listen, Sin, listen. I'm a two-time I'm a two-time Olympic gold medalist. You think I'm fucking worried about baking an apple pie?
She better make some of that time.
Listen.
Can I
I've been an
jump
athlete. I've been an athlete my whole life. You think I was worried about learning how to cook?
I
Can I
mean,
Better
jump
learn how to
in?
cook.
but I do think that when you grow, when you leave the sport and you graduate into, the latter field of your life, I think that your kids are probably going to want to learn a little bit more than a left hook, right hook, and all
But
that
she
other shit.
exactly. And when I got past that part of my life, I learned how to do all that. She's in the peak of her career right now.
Yep.
She don't
I mean,
Nah,
listen.
you don't
I
push
don't
that
see.
aside. You a
This is what I'm
female
saying. Like
first.
what? So
Yeah,
if
for
you a
sure.
male boxer, like should you know how to change my oil? You know how many niggas I know that don't know how to
Absolutely,
change
Hell
their
yeah,
a
you
man
oil?
should
should know
know.
how to
Hell yeah,
operate a
you should.
sawzall.
You know
A
how
man
many?
should
You
know
know
how
how
to
many
operate a
guys I know
sawzall
that
and all
don't
that
know
other
how to
shit.
change a tire?
A
And they
lot. I
pussy.
know a
Can we
lot.
jump in?
And they pussy. 2 cent. We don't give them no respect neither. They the same. They the same way. Plain and simple.
And they
A
not even
motherfucker.
doing nothing with their life. They ain't got careers they pursuing.
But
But
we
it's
know
Can I
only
say
crazy.
the
something?
only the strong survive out here. We already know it's only a select few men that are like, the supermen of the world, plain and simple.
I mean,
Everybody's not gonna be cut from that cloth, and most of these motherfuckers gonna die off when it come down to that.
yep.
But as far as for the woman, there's an essence of elegance and smoothness and all of the above, and I don't think that they have to compromise that in order to be fucking female boxers. Yeah, you're a female
Yeah.
first.
But
Be
it's
But
that.
that's
regular women that's not
misogynistic,
like
Look,
isn't
it's
it?
the same applies
That's
to
like
the
a
men, the same
misogynistic
apply to the
look.
women.
Can I say something?
Hey,
That's not
Oh yeah.
misogynistic. That's
and
No, it's
empowering
still
the woman.
misogynistic.
Let me get
No,
on
we
there.
After
That
can't
him,
is
say
that's
can
that.
I
Go
empowering the
ahead,
talk?
woman.
Blue. Go
To
ahead,
your
Blue.
soft
Go
ass,
ahead,
it's
After
Blue.
Blue
I
Hustle
mean,
Man, can I
Go
talk?
ahead, Blue. It's on
Blue,
Blue.
you came
Go
up here
ahead,
to
Blue.
defend soft hands?
nah, you know what? I'm gonna
A
start off
soft
doing
touch,
that
my
real
bad. It was
quick.
a soft touch.
Nah, yeah. You can point out what 2 cents said. It's all good. But I'm gonna go ahead and say this though, 2 cents. You know, another person that does that kind of stuff, same thing, Tank. But anyways,
No,
um,
he doesn't.
No,
yeah,
he
No,
doesn't.
no,
Shut
you
your
won't.
You
ass
cut
up.
that
yeah,
nigga
No,
deep
you
with that
didn't,
one
yo.
too,
No, you
bro.
yeah,
didn't, yo. Blue
yeah, he
Hustle
did.
Man, cut it out, yo.
What he
Cut it out,
say?
man. Stop,
Nah.
man.
See,
Stop, bro.
I gotta come up here and disturb the
Who you
peace,
say,
you
Blue?
dig?
Yo, yo, you crazy,
I
man. Stop.
who he
I
say?
had to,
Thank
I had to come over and disturb the peace a little bit, you dig? But yeah, man.
Oh,
Man, let me put it to y'all like this, man. Clarissa, she's a GWOAT for a reason. And if you take her mentality away, she can't be the GWOAT. She made herself the GWOAT. So she gonna come out there and do these things that she's been doing. That's how she get done. There's not another female that does what she's doing. So if anything, they should be taking a page out of her book. If they want to be the best, they gotta be the best.
Uh-huh.
You know.
yo,
So
you know
acting like
she.
being so. Hold on, let me finish.
Yeah,
Being
go ahead.
feminine, you see what I'm saying, and doing those things elegantly, that ain't gonna work in that situation with her because that's not who she is. You see what I'm
Facts.
saying? So if you want to try to dumb her down, I don't even say dumb her down. Bring her, you know what I'm saying? Put her in a position where she's a housewife. She ain't gonna be the same. A lot of these female, like, see, you name the men. There's men fighters that have to work themselves up just to put themselves in a position of, you see what I'm saying, being that beast. Now, I'm not talking shit when I say this, but prime example is Tank. What did Tank say? I'm not taking therapy. No, hold on. I'm not talking shit right now. Listen to me. He said,
He
I'm not
told
taking
the truth.
therapy. No. Hear me out though. I'm not taking therapy until I'm done with my career because it'll mess up what I got going on. You see what I'm saying? That
Yeah,
beast in him.
yeah,
That
yeah,
beast in him.
Hey,
So
yeah.
what I'm saying
Hey,
is, what I'm saying is this. It don't matter. Everybody does. It don't matter if you're male or female. That's what she does to put herself to be the number one female fighter in this
I just
era.
think that even that, I just think that's just being mentally weak though, because you know you should as a man, bro, you should know how to turn that shit on and turn it off. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that shit what he said
No,
though.
No,
no, that's
but
no, that's
no,
no,
look,
no. You can't
No,
turn
you
it
bro,
you
on,
because at
turn
the
it
same
off.
no,
misquoted.
two cent,
No,
because
You
I'm
getting it
saying
nope,
the
wrong.
reason
You
why I'm
getting it
nope.
saying
wrong.
that is this.
Look,
The
what
reason
he's
why
saying is this:
the reason why I'm saying
if
that is
I
this though.
can't draw from the pain, the abandonment, all the
Mm-hmm.
bullshit from growing up as a kid in
Mm-hmm.
Right,
fucking foster home and having my
right.
mom being the way she was, and none of my people there for me, and then until I met Calvin's son and I met Coach Calvin, he
No, but
draw
that
from that. That's his inner
but this the
power
thing
that
though,
comes
bro.
from
When
that.
that shit starting to affect your personal life, bro, you gotta take a step back from that shit, bro. Like real shit. Fuck the boxing shit, bro. When that
But that's
shit,
the
when
thing.
that
This is the
anger shit
thing,
starts
though.
But
switching up,
see, but see,
when
the
that
thing
anger
is
shit
this.
starts switching over into your personal life and it's affecting your personal life to the point where you about to go to fuck to jail
I'm
or you
trying to
finna get
tell
your freedom
yo,
getting taken, bro. No,
yo,
that's not okay, bro.
you gotta check it like this. He did not assault that girl. He
But
didn't
no,
beat
this
her
is the
down.
thing, though.
He put
Okay,
hands
bro.
Okay,
on
be
her
more. Let me
and
Hold
ask
on,
you a
hold on.
question,
Listen,
Okay,
bro.
listen.
okay. I will
This is
finish.
this
I'm
is
just
this
trying to
respect.
prove
this
a
be my
point.
You
this
look
be
Hold
at
my
on.
them
question.
men,
Hold
One
on,
thing,
hold
bro.
on.
you see
Hold on. The
nothing
Okay.
camera
that
not
can
open,
Damn.
and I
stand,
gotta
bro.
let best videos go. But let me say this.
All right.
This be my thing, right? The stuff y'all be talking about, the stuff we saying, this, do this. This is regular shit that regular people do go through and experience. Clarissa Shields is not the only ratchet woman in the whole entire world.
No,
She's
she
not.
not. She not.
So Javante Tank Davis ain't the only nigga that need to go to counseling. He's
Yeah.
not. The
Exactly.
only
And when I
difference
said that,
is
Cause if
y'all are seeing their lives displayed in front of everybody. And so everybody feel like, oh, it'll just be so easy for them to do this and this and that. Well, if that's the case, how come regular niggas won't go and do it then? Like these are just regular people. Y'all just and they got a lot of money and they athletes and you seeing them. But y'all gotta keep in mind these are regular people. And I get it. Oh, we should hold them
exactly,
to a different standard and this and that. But I don't know why people think that. Just because you good at a game and you got money, that don't mean you supposed to be the upper echelon and the best person ever. They rarely are.
exactly,
They rarely are. So I never
Right.
understand why we keep having that expectation.
100.
I
Uh,
mean, because they
it ain't even
honestly
that
should
though.
be
Exactly.
held to that
Majority of the thing,
standard.
Exactly.
They should be held to that
I think.
standard if they're getting funded to that degree.
But
Like,
but
go
look,
ahead, go ahead,
I
Right.
OG.
all I'm gonna say on that is, look, Tank posted a picture of him outside his baby mama's house. His baby mama came out, picked the kid up. He at the door, knocking at the door to see his baby, and she turned around, picked him up, and walk away. And then he showed a picture of his face, and he got spit on his face.
No, I get that, but this my thing is this.
No, no,
B boy
no, no.
bully. Let me
Let me,
ask you a
let,
question.
no,
If
but
a
hold up. Let me finish, and
Is
then
the panel
we
open?
can go there. Let me
go
finish.
ahead.
I just paused right there for a fact, so you can put yourself in that position. You see what I'm saying? That's all I
O-
was doing.
Okay,
But
let me
then
ask
at
you a
the
question.
same time, after that, you go to shit like that with these bars, and you look into the window of the house, and it's shit all over the place, all over the floor, trash. This shit was crazy. He probably deleted the picture by now, but it's somewhere out here on the net. But the shit was crazy. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is this: there's a lot of shit that can be going on in that man's life when dealing with these women. And I will say he chose them. He chose them that
Okay,
we don't see.
hold on, y'all. Hold on.
He
I didn't
he
bring his name
chose
up
their asses.
for this.
But
I didn't bring his name up for
All right,
this
hold
though.
on. I gotta
I
let
just was making a
best
point.
videos go. Go
no,
ahead,
I'm
best
just
videos. What
yeah,
you got
go
for the
ahead,
show?
Bus.
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Thank you.
just
Real quick, to Sten's point, I agree with him 100% that when she challenges a male boxer, that puts him in a bad situation. Because A, he can't just say, "Yeah, let's fight," and fight a woman. Come on, bro. That, and especially he's a professional fighter. So that was the problem I had with her. Because come on, don't do that. If you really think that you can beat him, call him up, tell him let's spar and see. And then when he put them hands on you a couple of times, like Errol did, you'll find out that's not, you shouldn't be doing that. But anyway, so that I did have a problem with her doing that. But to Dondrick's point, I agree with him. That is a double standard because guess what? If you take Carissa Shields and you insert Serrano, Katie Taylor, or any of them, and they were talking the same shit, saying the Alicia, the exact same shit, they wouldn't get that type of criticism. So that's the problem I have with it. That a lot of this criticism is because they don't like her, and she doesn't have the type of look to be able to talk that shit. When Muhammad Ali was talking that shit, nobody had a problem with it, but she
This is
talking
not the
that
views
shit.
of Don. This is not the views of Don.
But anyway,
Nah, I think that it's
but
more of an
anyway,
issue when certain people under deliver. Like, you know what I'm saying, when
under
she's saying that she'll knock out such and such, whether it be Keith
Damn, bro.
Thurman,
Like we gotta put
Rolly
context to the
Romero. Like
situation.
you only knocked out 3 of the females, and when you sparred somebody who we don't know who the fuck his name is, that nigga knocked you out, and you disrespected every male in your gym
well, like I
by
said, I
saying,
agree with
"Hold
you on
on,
that point.
right." So you disrespected every male in your gym by saying that that man took cushion out of his gloves and hit you. If you're a man, if I'm in your gym, first off, or if I'm a coach and I have female students and a man comes in here and violates one of my female students, everybody with dick and balls inside the gym is obligated to beat the shit out of that individual, pack him up and get him out the gym. Otherwise the woman ain't safe. But because she wanted to cause that scene, because she couldn't just accept that she really can't handle a man's strength, she discredited all the men in her gym by saying that that man cheated her and they tolerated it. It had to be other men in the gym. How come ain't nobody else take your side and say that and confirm that he took cushion out of his gloves and ain't nobody else beat him the fuck up and get that man out of there?
I mean, it
Like
happens.
that's
Though.
That's called
defamatory.
saving face.
But that
That's
You know
happens.
what
what
I'm
that
saying?
is.
Like
Hold on. Go
it's
ahead,
not
best
like
video.
That opens up a can of worms of drama for a whole bunch of other motherfuckers that have to clean up
maybe she thought she got cheated though.
behind
But
her and her ego.
Hacker.
but
Maybe
my
she got.
but
Maybe
Sin,
she felt like she got cheated
that doesn't make it okay
to do it.
if other people would do the same thing and y'all wouldn't do that. Y'all
That
wouldn't feel the same
that's
way.
bullshit
Well,
I'm
because
that
saying
happens
a
in
lot,
on
gym
the
all the
flip
That
time.
side,
Yeah,
hold
all the
on,
time.
hacker,
hold on,
not
hacker,
Let,
hacker.
let me have a
hold on,
counter
hold on,
argument.
hold on,
but a lot of
hold
people
on,
wouldn't do that. That's
Let
all
me
I
have a
gotta
hold
counter
say.
argument.
on.
Let me
They
have a
wouldn't
counter
do that.
argument.
That's the problem.
Hey, let me have a counter argument to that. When Canelo Alvarez said he didn't want to fight David Benavidez because he talked too much shit and he disrespectful, ain't none of us back that shit. Everybody was like, yo, Canelo pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like boxing is the one space where, like shit talking. Like ain't nobody supposed to be respectful. If anybody if he disrespected you, this is the perfect place for you to settle it. This is where you should
Yeah.
tolerate all the disrespect. I even went as far as saying as if a motherfucker racist, please be racist in boxing. That's the best place to be racist. Come in here and stand on it. I'm gonna give you 36 minutes of hell. That's gonna
Mm-hmm.
give you a whole new outlook on that. So
Shout out
we
Benn.
don't back that silly shit. You know what I'm saying? Plain and simple. And that shit that she does, a lot of the hate is justified. She's not a victim. She brings it upon herself.
Yeah. No,
Hmm.
I
Like
I
agree.
that's
never
my
say she
main
Nah,
was.
point.
I
Devin.
Cause,
don't know.
and
Nobody
and the
said
True
she
reason
that.
was. I'm
and
just
the
saying
thing,
I don't
she
know
was
what she did to
sauce
bring
on
hate
it.
on herself. I mean, I
but
don't
this the
understand
thing though, bro. You can't. But
you
y'all
taking
bring up
one for
Amanda
the man.
Serrano,
But
who
it's
Hacker,
like
who
it's
was
like
the
it's
one
like
that's doing that
so
shit.
so. But it's like I can understand if you don't like her, but like niggas they hate her. Like
Yeah, it's weird. I told you, it's
like
just like
they
how
I
hate
I
women
agree.
her.
mean,
Some of it is like that, but at the
it's
same
a
time, you don't
strange,
got
strange
Amanda
thing.
Serrano and them out here talking about they gonna knock out niggas, bro. They
Who
not doing that
cares?
type of
yeah,
shit.
and
Why does
you
it
don't
bother
have
people for? Like, why does
Amanda
that bother
Serrano
guys?
out here
Like, it doesn't do
attacking
anything for
people and
nobody.
their families without remorse.
You know, women box better in gyms all the time, right? Like, who cares?
That's cool,
Like,
but that you
why
still
does it
missing the point,
matter,
my nigga. They not the ones that's out here doing that shit. You still missing
bro?
the point.
Bro, but why do people care that she wants to fight a dude? She's a female champion. She should feel like she should be
So
everybody.
fight the fucking
no,
females. That's
no,
what
no,
it's a
Hacker,
nigga.
you
Bro,
female
why
and a
does,
better
why
male
does
take
it
your
feel
sport.
like
Of
if you're
course.
goddamn
Hacker,
if
hacker,
you're
hacker,
take
female
that
hacker,
cape
competitor,
off,
hacker,
nigga.
that's it.
Take that
Tripping,
cape
bro.
off.
And you're talking
hey,
about
Take the
hacker.
cape
the
off.
echelon competitor
Hold
right
on. Hey,
there.
let me ask this idiot a question real quick. I'm sorry to call you an idiot, man, but you just pissed me the fuck off right
Go
now.
ahead, feel free.
Hacker.
Yeah,
Who was the master in the Karate Kid?
Mr. Miyagi.
Do you think Mr. Miyagi prided himself on being able to beat every woman in the world to fuck up?
No, so I
Do you
understand
think
that.
that he would sweat
He
trying
didn't,
to
he didn't
compete with
probably be in
women?
men either, though. If you're talking about the Karate
This is the
Kid.
reason why he's the master. Do you think that he would sweat trying to compete with women? Do you think that would even cross his mind? And I'm saying this because you just said that she's supposed to have a certain attitude as a champion.
What
But
are you
when
talking
you
about? A
become a
movie.
champ, hold on.
And the character you're
When you
talking about
become a
didn't even like
champion,
fight men or women.
when
Never
you
did.
become a champion, when you become a master at anything, when you're at the top of your pedigree, you do not, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a such thing as small things to
Damn.
a giant. You don't
with the
go out here
reverse.
wielding that power against any and every fucking body. You don't go putting yourself on every fucking platform because
That's-
you're at the top. You're
I
the cream
agree.
of the crop. You don't go belittle yourself by trying to put yourself on every scene and compete with everybody. There's only a certain pedigree of people who can compete with you. So when you put everybody else's
I
name,
disagree.
sir, when you put everybody else's name with you, you're belittling your own skill, because all of those women that she trashed, she's not going to go down in that weight class. She's not going to stop eating these fucking crab legs and lobster tails and everything the fuck else and
Who
go
does
down
she
and fight all those
trash,
motherfuckers
Sin?
that she was talking about.
Sin, who does she trash?
She said all these bitches can't fuck with me. That's
They
everybody.
can't.
What's wrong with her saying that?
They can't. What
What
are you
is wrong
talking
with it?
about?
What's wrong with her saying that?
How many of those bitches are you gonna fight? How
I
many
see.
do you
I ain't
really
got
plan
no.
to fight?
I ain't got no
She ain't
problem.
gonna fuck
I ain't got
none
no
of
problem with that. I ain't got no
As a
problem with
matter
that.
of fact,
Her
she
not fucking.
called
Hold on.
out
Alicia
Hold
and
on.
every
Mom
Hold on.
Brothers said the
fighter
Hold on.
same thing,
who's
Sin.
not
Alicia
Hold
and
on.
in
Mom
Hold
her
Brothers
on.
said the
Hold
same
who's
on.
not
thing.
in her
Let me get it
weight
down.
Hey,
class.
sin.
Hold
Hey,
on.
sin.
I don't got
Hey,
no. I
sin,
ain't got no
fam.
problem with her doing that. Her saying these girls can't fuck with. I ain't got a problem with that. Her not fucking with me. That's why I got a problem with, nigga. She not fucking with me.
Hey,
That's what
hey,
I got a
sin.
problem with.
Hey, sin. Let me say this to
Yo,
you
man,
real
you
quick,
nigga,
fam.
you crazy,
Damn,
yo.
bro. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Damn, sin. You know you my guy, man. But goddamn, nigga, you need a motherfucking hug, nigga. What the fuck?
What's wrong with me, nigga?
Ain't nothing wrong
Sin,
with
Ain't none of
you,
that
Sin.
shit,
man.
Hold
nigga.
on,
That's
Sin.
what I'm
You know
talking
I mean,
Alicia.
about. He
Hold on,
got
hold
an
on.
iron heart.
Alicia has said the same thing. None of these bitches like.
I mean,
What you
I don't know
mean?
if Alicia has, but if she
She
did,
has.
I do think it's more
That
realistic for her to fight all of those women because she's actually at the weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
exactly.
see Clarissa going back down to fight a majority of those women that she's competing or that she's, putting herself in conversations with. It's not
They're
even
talking about
realistic.
her, Sin.
Hey, you could talk about me all you want. I'm the top dog. You supposed to
Yeah.
talk about me.
Heavy is the head that wear
I
the
don't talk
crown.
Okay.
about you motherfuckers.
True that.
Nah, man. She can come out and
True
talk that
That's
that.
how
shit,
that
I
man.
like
goes.
Y'all
a
tripping
paid.
now.
I
Now
like
she
that
got to
you
be a
use
mute.
that.
No,
yeah.
Hold on.
heavy
Hold
is
on.
like you
Hold
said.
on, two
Heavy is the
cents.
head that wears
Sin,
the
bro.
crown.
Hold
It's a
on, two
certain way to
cents.
be great, 2 cent. It's a certain way to be
Hold
great,
on.
plain and simple. And
Hold on.
great people.
Hey,
You think Jordan's gonna call out the bottom team in the motherfucking league or anybody else that's at the top? They only focus on two people to make two other teams that's in that conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Listen
Anybody
though,
that's great. You know what I'm
Clarissa
saying?
hold
and
on.
Alicia. Clarissa and Alicia are the two biggest names and faces in women's boxing right now. Them going back and forth with each other is great for women's boxing.
It's great for it. Like it's great,
I agree.
and
Them two.
it's great for the
Yeah.
sport because they're supposed to. Because them talking, they're never going to fight.
Come
First
on,
of all,
man.
They never
it's
Come
gonna
never
on,
going to
fight.
man.
They
happen.
two
Ain't
they
never
two
gonna
It's
happen.
never
powerful.
going to happen. It's never going to
Never
happen.
gonna
They're never
happen.
going to find it, and they have a good weight to fight at. So for them talking, I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. Now, what I got a problem with is this whole ass nigga Hannibal in the goddamn comments telling me she gonna beat me up. Nigga,
You
you
mean
don't even
Big
know what
Dog
we talking
Willie?
about. You just in here
You
typing.
mean
Shut your
Big
whole
Dog
ass
Willie?
up. No,
You mean Big
Bro, that
Hannibal.
Dog
nigga be on
Willie?
some troll
That's Big
shit,
Dog
bro.
Willie.
He gay.
He
All
always
thing you
Big
do is
Dog
trolling.
go
Willie.
around talk about Tane and try to talk to niggas. Stop talking to me. I don't like you.
That's Big Dog Willie, man.
That's Big Dog Willie love her.
No, that's Big Dog Willie.
Y'all tripping. Y'all
Nah,
tripping.
but
Y'all tripping.
but what I was getting at is that about the situation. I don't know, bro. Like some of the shit be over hate, but at the same time, I do agree with Sin. She do bring some of that shit on herself, bro. Like I don't agree with the men trying to fight me and shit. First of all, if you gonna do that, then you might as well just start fighting 3 minute rounds. If that's the case,
Yeah, exactly. And she talking about how Alicia looked like she was tired and all that. She fighting a 3 minute round fight.
And that's something that y'all we should think about because this is the first fight where somebody has gotten seriously hurt who was in a 3 minute round or 3 minute.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the other
that's
side
going
of
to
it.
start a conversation, I think, amongst, I guess, boxing officials or whoever running the sport at that time about whether that will remain or grow for women to fight 3 minute rounds based on
Oh, you
just
talking about Shadesia Green?
yeah.
I thought that was a 2 minute for round fight.
No, that was 3 minutes.
If that was 3 minutes, yeah, they're going, and I thought it
That
Yeah.
was.
was
I
three
don't think that
minutes.
got nothing to do with it though, Mr. Greg.
That's why
What?
she
That was
was
a 3 minute
gassed.
fight?
I don't.
I
The
mean,
That's
reason
why
why I
the
she was
fact
say
that she
that
was
is
gassed.
fighting three
because
minute rounds, that ain't got nothing to do with it. She
I
I
just
think
think
got
it
it
do
started
though,
does.
playing
two
better
cent
I think it
because
defense.
if
does. I
Because
think there'll be
Shadesia
conversation.
already had gas tank issues.
Maybe she should have been in better shape.
That's on her.
No, but
Yeah,
still,
that's
if you
on
got
her,
gas
man.
tank issues and you fight 3-minute rounds, of course you're gonna get tired fast. Some people can't
Yeah,
help
you
that
shouldn't have
shit.
took that fight. You should have said
But you
no.
know
Like,
what,
we can
Mr.
only
Greg,
do
that's
2
not
minutes.
fair. Like they got to give the women enough time to adjust to it, though.
No, I'm not. Well, you know,
Straight
almost
up, I don't
nothing is
think that
fair
none of
these
y'all
days.
motherfuckers gonna fight a
But you know
3 minute
what?
round in a minute, especially
Think
not
about
That
ten.
why.
referee
Think
was
about
too
why it
late
was
in
2 minutes in
stopping
the
that
first
fight.
place. Think
That
about why
referee
women
was
was only
late.
having 2-minute rounds in the first place because they was trying to make it safer.
Yeah.
So,
But
not
they're
saying
more
it's
skillful
fair.
now.
I'm not saying that it's fair, but that's not the issue. The reason why it was 2 minutes because they thought they were making the face safer. I'm not saying that they'll still stop doing it, but it will be a part of a conversation now about whether they want to still go forward with women fighting 3-minute rounds as opposed
How,
to 2. That
how
will
many how many rounds did Shadesia? How many rounds would that fight?
3 minutes.
It's
10
10.
rounds,
It's 10
3 minutes,
rounds.
10
10
rounds.
rounds.
10-round
10
fight.
Oh yeah.
rounds.
2
One
So
go
minutes,
shit,
to a
that's an
round.
10-round
extra
One.
fight.
10 minutes. That's an
Yeah,
extra
Exactly.
exactly.
10 minutes.
Exactly.
But
They
Shadesia
did
was out
herself
of
a
it, man.
disservice by not being in shape. Like she just
Yes.
looked, she
Yeah, a
looked, she
lot of
looked like
women
she
start
was
fighting
lazy in
high
camp.
fibers.
She looked like she was
Oh, come
lazy in
on.
camp.
Come on,
But
T-Think. Cut it out.
And women
She did
start
another
look
thing
fighting
like
at a
she.
high fight rate.
Be
You
more.
know,
I'm
She
not
got
gonna lie, she didn't look.
she got tired after round 2, y'all.
yeah,
But
that
that's
goes
been
Yeah,
with
her
she
that.
didn't
for
look
a
good
Bruh,
couple
after round
fights.
2. I don't know
That's
what was
that's been
going
her
on.
for a couple. That's her. She
You
didn't look
know,
like that last fight.
she
She
never
didn't look
had a
like that
gas
last fight.
tank. She
when she
never
fought
had a gas tank.
Frenton, you know,
Yeah, she didn't
Frenton was
look like
slower,
that.
so like she could keep
No.
up that pace. But the girl she fought, Lonnie was like her pace was a little bit too fast for her. You know,
Yeah,
if that
and
pace was slowed down, it was just too much.
Clarissa went to the scorecards with her as well, but I think that chick got heavy ass hands, bro.
Yeah, she probably do.
Yeah, she do.
Clarissa has a good gas tank though.
She got some heavy ass hands. Cause
Clarissa
I'm
has
like, God,
good
I just
offense.
knew something was wrong with her, bro. Cause it's like she wasn't moving. She just stood there, and
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
You think
I
she was
honestly don't want to ever
overthinking?
see her fight again. I honestly don't want to ever see her fight again. If she had a brain
It
bleed,
did
I don't
good.
ever want to see her fight
I
again.
don't even want her
No, I'm
fighting
never
no
gonna
more.
fight.
That's
Never gonna
crazy
fight
work.
again. But yeah, I
I'm
mean,
done
it
for.
happens. She carries a lot of weight too, so like
Yeah, them
She
big ass
wasn't in
titties.
shape. She wasn't
She
in
got them
shape.
big ass titties,
her and
man.
French on the same thing a little bit. You know, I
Yeah,
think
I was
French.
just telling somebody that you don't really see athletes with big breasts. You don't really see women athletes with big breasts.
Yeah, cause that I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate with this, but Bumgarner look like a little boy sometimes.
That's diabolical, buddy.
She
She ain't
do.
got no
She do.
she ain't got no
I
chest,
don't know about that.
but she got, you know what I'm saying, she strapped in the back, but she ain't got no chest. She like a
I
little boy up
She
mean,
at
ain't
the
look.
top.
They're
you
really
don't
strapped
really
in back.
see.
Yeah.
You
He was
don't look at
awesome.
female athletes. They
He
don't
was
really be
built.
having no chest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
look at track
that's so
stars.
true.
Look at them track stars. Them track stars got them big old booties, and no chest.
Yeah, no,
Like
no,
they
Yeah,
body's
no
not going. They
chest.
body's not going to fill out till they stop working out. I'm telling you
Yeah,
straight up.
Yeah,
that's true.
true.
Or gymnasts. Gymnasts
I know
gain
for a
weight.
fact. Yeah, because they had like three.
Gymnasts be stunting they growth and stuff.
Yeah,
Hell
yeah, they
yeah.
be
Yeah,
wearing
Maybe
the compressed
five
their chest and
five
all
two,
of that
4'8".
shit. Like,
I'm like, what the hell?
it's
I don't know.
crazy.
I think they should be coming together though, especially if they not even finna fight each other. I don't know, bro. I think they should just be keep uplifting women's boxing, bro. Because especially if y'all know fighting, yeah, that back and forth is just trash to me.
What you
Because
mean
what's the
they are
point?
It's a really
uplifting women's boxing
diversity of
by
sports
going back
though.
and
No,
forth?
I'm saying,
Listen,
but
yeah,
how?
because
But
people are
they're
talking
not
about
gonna
boxing.
I
fight
don't
each
think that
other.
the sport needs. I don't think that the sports need like fabricated frictions
Yeah, because
to
it's not
build
like
up the
they're gonna
sport. Like,
fight.
it's not
yeah, like
fabricated. They
No,
genuinely going back and forth with each other. It's
yeah,
not
that's
fake,
not fabricated at
But
all.
they're not gonna fight. That's the point. Like,
bruh.
what is
I
they
mean,
beef doing?
Baumgart's not gonna fight her.
That's a never ending beef because what is they never gonna
If
be able to
Baumgart
solve
gotta
it.
stop capping,
The
then why
beef is
Baumgart
just
telling
like
her
a
that she
I'm a
want to fight?
better. The beef is just like I'm a better than you type of thing. You feel me?
But
It's
they
just
gonna
like them
always
women.
critique each other game. Just
Yeah,
like
that's what they gonna do.
man.
But I don't know. Baumgart strikes me like a little bit of a hater though. I feel like she hated on
Oh,
first.
Hacker, cut
I
it
Of
mean,
out.
course you
I
feel
ain't
I
like
gonna
mean,
lie
that.
well,
Cut
the
it
because
thing
out.
is
she
that
said remember
Baumgart.
like
You
they
got that
were
cape on for Clarissa.
Of
Cut
course
it
remember
you
out,
they
feel
were on the
like
man.
that.
Savannah Marshall
Nah,
card.
You
Of
ain't
nah,
take
nah,
no
course, man.
hacker,
Dubois.
That nigga be on wait.
You
You
hacker,
be
ain't
on
take no
They
cameras
were on the
all
Dubois.
day,
Savannah Marshall
Monday
card
through
together,
Friday,
but he
every
didn't take
day
none
from
of this.
morning
Damn,
up.
yo,
Hacker.
hacker.
No,
You
That
she
nigga
didn't
truly
don't.
a
take no
part of the
Dubois.
collective's Entourage,
she
dog.
remember she was
Now,
on the Savannah Marshall card with Clarissa.
nah, dog. You know damn well before she was doing Dubois the way that she's doing Dubois, Clarilla was giving her the same commentary damn near almost hook, line, and sinker to her.
Yo, that's why you guys don't follow.
So
people
was
on the way.
Clarilla being a hater?
No, it wasn't Clarissa. So I'm saying
They've
that
been going
I
back
feel
and
like
forth, Thomas.
Baumgartner was
But I want to know
the reason
what
why
is
is because when
See
they
that?
were good,
Gorilla. You
when
see
they
that
were good,
shit?
when Baumgartner became
That's what I'm
undisputed after
talking about.
beating what's her name in
Dubois
UK
is probably like the
on her
only female
undercard,
I saw
they were
Clarissa get
good.
behind. I
They
ain't
were good.
never really
Even though
seen
what's her
her
name?
uplifting
Hold
all
on,
the
hold on.
fighters.
Time out. I need one mic.
Yeah. So when Alicia Baumgartner fought on Clarissa Shields undercard against Savannah Marshall, they were really good. They were like a tag team when they went to
We
UK.
know that.
Right? But they all switched. Like, and then she came back and they started asking her questions. Hey, do you want to fight a Miles Rondo? Or do you want to fight Katie Taylor? You fight, and the guy mentioned Clarissa Shields like they were in the same weight class. And she was like, yeah, I'll fight Clarissa Shields. I'm like, why don't you should be calling out Madison Rondo and Katie Taylor? Why are you worried about Clarissa that's all the way up there? You
See,
know?
what y'all don't know is
That was
Alicia
hateful.
But you
Baumgartner
only
started.
that's not
Listen.
the
Alicia
full story though,
Baumgartner
bro.
started calling out Alicia. So she started calling out Clarissa Shields during her PED situation.
Yeah, she did.
I peeped that.
I remember when it
So she
started.
started
Yeah.
calling out Clarissa Shields for the PED situation to draw attention away from that. So she attached her name to Clarissa Shields, and it was like, Clarissa was like, "What's up? I thought you said you'd never fight me." Now I
don't
felt
know
like
about
Clarissa
that one.
overreacted, and I said in the beginning, I was like, "Damn, why she tripping like that?" She just said she
I
fight
felt like
you.
that too. I
And
agree.
so, and so I was like, "Well, all right." I mean, but you know how sensitive the fighters be acting, like, and
Yeah,
Right,
they,
so
right.
we
Yeah.
see
But
we see
I
Shakur all the time.
definitely hold on. I do want to
And
say
that's why I
to
feel like
that two
Clarissa
cent.
even did that live stream
Hey,
when Shadesia
hey, hold,
lost.
hey,
hold
hold up,
on.
because I want to say that to that 2 cent. I do feel like Clarissa felt betrayed when she initially
Right,
heard that Alicia wanted to fight her, because
Yeah.
she was like, "Why she want to fight me for?"
right,
Like, she really thought, and I'm like, "Oh damn!" Like Clarissa seemed like she was really attached.
right,
Like they was really cool. So I did peep that, and
right.
Even Alicia's coach
I
was
could
like,
see that.
At the same time, she calling out Layla though.
Hold
even
on.
Alicia's coach, what's his
No,
name?
switch it. Let me finish. Let me
Tony
finish.
Harris. Tony Harris was like,
Hold on, box hacker. So then they start having the back and forth, and she reached out to Alicia Baumgartner to try to make the fight, according to her manager. And then she's saying that Alicia's management was just like, man, they ain't gonna ever fight. She just talking for the internet, basically. And so that's what went on behind the scenes.
You
So
gotta pull me that link. I need to see that link.
once that was like established, like you see Clarissa don't talk about fighting her no more. Like, let's make, like, she not doing that no more. And
Yes,
so
you do.
no, she
Don't
don't.
they sound like Shakur and Tank? Don't they sound like Shakur and Tank?
She doesn't call her out to fight no more. They just beefing back and forth. Cause just like what's her name? Baumgartner was talking shit about Clarissa the whole fight week. How Shadesia knock her out and playing the diss track from Remy Ma and doing all of that shit. I mean, and that's cool. I ain't got no problem with it. Like, everybody should have
that's
known
boxers.
after that fight. Exactly. So everybody should have expected. They should have expected after that fight for Clarissa Shields to say something.
But
Like,
Right.
I
why
don't
she
understand why
But
everybody
Clarissa was
acting like
talking
it was a
too.
surprise.
but why she going at
Clarissa was talking
Shadesia car?
too.
Because Shadesia said she want to fight her. Like, what's the
She's
issue?
not going at. She wasn't necessarily, to me. I don't think she's going at Shadesia, but Shadesia was calling her out, saying she'd knock her out. And all you gotta think
That's
about what the
boxing.
fan. But listen, you gotta think about what the fans been saying, how she was ducking and all this other shit. So she just got on the thing and started talking shit. Like,
But you
none of them
can't
can
take
beat
credit for
me.
somebody else's work though. You ain't do it.
I
Like,
mean,
that's
that's
corny
true,
to
but
me.
they talk shit. They all do that.
That's fair.
Paid.
She just did that at the wrong time.
Yeah,
Just like
that's
She
all
did
I'm
that at the
saying.
wrong time.
I just feel like it was the wrong
when
time to do
Andy
that shit.
Cruz when Andy Cruz lost and Keyshawn was out there celebrating like he fought him, like they all do that dumb shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
that
got on
shit
his ass
corny to me,
too.
bro.
We got on his ass
Five
too.
boxing club
Especially
bullshit.
if you got the opportunity to fight the person. Like, I don't. That's some chilling from the sideline. That shit weird to me. That shit gay. My bad for
Facts.
saying that shit on your panel, but that shit weird, man.
But I mean, it's women's boxing. Honestly, it needs it.
But niggas do
It
that
needs
shit
the
too, though.
I
it
don't
Like,
needs
I
the
think
don't
niggas
agree
do
with
that.
that.
I
That
rivalry.
shit
think that
It
weird.
needs the back and
even it
forth. It's bringing eyes to the sport. It's giving them attention. Like, y'all tripping.
Remember when Devin did
I
that
think
shit?
even if motherfuckers loved each other, you know what I'm saying? Like even if motherfuckers loved each other, when you got two great skilled fighters, like and they get in that ring and you know that ain't nobody about to lay down, you're gonna get the same respect regardless whether it's a love or hate relationship. So that's why I don't feel like the drama is really necessary. I feel like the more drama it is mostly because motherfuckers just don't have the character or the ability to just organically draw attention to a fight. The
How
most
long you
peaceful
been watching?
motherfuckers gonna
Sin, how
watch a
long you
fight.
been
Exactly.
watching?
leading
Sin,
up
how
to
long
that
you been
drama.
watching
So
boxing?
when it comes
Come
to
on
boxing,
now, like
drama always
I'm
sells.
39 years old. Maybe 3 years of my life I might have missed.
Mr.
Drama sells
Greg,
in boxing a lot. So I won't say that.
Mr. Greg,
Since I was 14.
how is the drama in boxing? Is that a new phenomenon or that's something that's kind
The
of
drama that you're seeing is because of the age that we're in. We're in the Instagram social media age where all negativity sells. So
Yep.
whole soap opera element that has been introduced is a result of being able to go online and search up people's past and see what they're doing and talk about it. And if you're good enough in terms of your writing and the words that you use, you're going to get more attention. You're going to get more people hyped up. That's what has happened. Now that you don't have to fight anybody, but you can talk them badly as opposed to beat them badly. And everybody's gotten good at it. You're making money from having podcasts talking about people. So today's drama that we're seeing, it wouldn't have been possible 50 years ago, 30 years ago, because we didn't have all of these mechanisms to do it with. But you had fighters who, from time to time, would go to somebody's camp. But if you went to somebody's camp or somebody's gym, you better bring your people with you and you better bring your gloves. Because sooner or later, you're going to have to get in the ring with them. Sometimes they'll let you do it. Other times, they'll let you beef at each other and then you get put out the camp. That's about as far as that would go.
Right.
Example would have been when Roy Jones was getting ready to fight James Toney. Roy showed up at James's camp, trying to get it going, stirring it up, getting in his face and so forth. You had that kind of stuff going on, but unless you knew, you didn't know. The general public didn't know all this was going on. They were just waiting for the fight to take place. Now you don't have to wait. You can see it right now. You see us talking about different things. So you see fighters doing the same thing. So that's what the difference is. But something that Sin had said that I wanted to just touch on just a tiny bit. Most fighters have to develop, they have to work hard, they have to use their skills. Somebody has to teach them how to do it. So that's how they become elite fighters. So you can't have this expectations about them being elite people unless the exact same thing is happening with them as well, where they're learning how to be a good man, a good person, a good woman, and so forth. So you can be a great fighter and people could either love you or hate you, but you could be a great elite fighter, but people hate you as a person because you haven't developed there yet. So that's one of the things that we have to look at, I think at least, when we want to put all these expectations on people who get a lot of fame, get a lot of money, and we expect so much of them, but they haven't learned how to do all of those things yet in many ways. So, for instance, with
I
Tank,
agree.
we were talking about, some of the things that Tank has found himself in. He hasn't quite yet matured as a man in certain areas because it takes longer, but he's had all of his time and efforts just in becoming a great fighter. And that's all his time has been. But he hasn't learned how to really be a great father, a great friend, because he hasn't had that time yet. That's
Uh,
one of the reasons why you see a lot of the stupid stuff that he does because he hasn't matured and
Greg,
recognized.
you can't come down on and say anything about what type of father that man is. We
No,
don't
I'm
know
not. I'm
that.
not talking about what kind of father he is. I'm just using
David Lynch
examples.
takes bodyguard.
I'm using
no? He's just
examples.
speaking in
I'm
general.
using examples. I
Yeah,
have to learn how
Uh,
to be these kinds of things. You have to learn how to be a man. You don't get it right
you
away.
do.
Somebody has
You
to
do.
show you. You have to be shown, and there got to be examples that you follow. But if you're not,
True.
just like if I wanted to learn how to be a hairstylist, I need to be around hairstylists. I need to have somebody who's going to teach me. I need to have videos or tapes or things of that nature in which to learn from. Same thing with anything else. We learn from doing and we learn from watching. And somebody's going to show you. Those are the things that I'm talking about. I'm not calling anybody out for not being a father or this, that, the other. But I'm just saying, the same way you have to learn how to be a great father, you have to learn how to be a great man. That's the example. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not attacking the man about his fatherhood because I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, most of
No,
it.
this is
Most of
to
these
think.
boxes is. Go
Well,
ahead.
to think that just because somebody is like, to me, in my opinion, just to think because somebody is great at a sport and got a lot of money, to place expectations on them to be anything other than great at their sport, like I don't get it. You feel what I'm
Nah,
saying? Like
And
I
if
think
you
I
notice,
don't think it's
a
fair.
lot of
I
these
don't think it's fair.
boxers are horrible people. Boxers are usually horrible people. I'm not even
I
gonna lie to
mean,
you.
not just
All right.
boxers, celebrities and people in the Hollywood space in general are
Exactly.
deviants.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a
what I was
deviant.
saying
It's a
earlier.
deviant
Entertainment
culture.
period.
I don't know
That's what I
about
was saying
That's the
earlier
thing.
when they
That's the
came in
thing too,
here.
Saint. My fault. Go ahead.
Oh, what's the thing? Go ahead, Sam.
I was just gonna say that as far as giving, I think that we blindly spend our money in a lot of places. I think that money is the greatest compliment that you can give a man because it gives him the potential to fuel his demons. And if we knew the true character of a lot of these individuals, we wouldn't consciously fund these motherfuckers. And
Oh,
we
for
should
real.
place an expectation. We should place an expectation on anybody that we would give $100 bill to or anything greater.
I mean, the
That's
I
my
expectation is
mean,
for them. See,
that.
this is the thing with that, in
I
my
don't know about
opinion.
that.
May I
My
say something?
expectation, yeah, hold on, but my expectation is for whatever entertainment you providing, for
Yeah,
the
exactly.
most part. But
May I
I
say
mean,
nah,
something?
nah.
if
I'm
you're
just
You
being
could
if
provide
honest,
it's
man.
if
I don't
entertainment.
care about your personal life.
Nah,
May I
Whether
nah.
say
You could
something?
provide
who you're
Nigga,
entertainment.
yes,
dating.
you
If I
do.
find out
So
you want
lying
to,
No,
ass.
why? What are you
May I
talking
say
about? I don't
something?
care
Bro,
what
you
none
a
of that.
lying ass dude, man. This nigga
I
shit
don't
ain't
care who.
lying,
Wait.
Oh
bro.
my
He
I'm
god,
up
gonna
here
pay.
trying to
hold on,
stay
hold
troll.
back,
on.
Goose.
Wait, wait.
I don't give a shit
Oh,
about
we
none of
gotta
Let
that,
me
keep
say
man.
one mic.
something.
That's
We gotta
weird.
Let me
keep
say
one mic.
something.
Let me let best videos go, and then it's
Bro,
on
I
this
Juke.
nigga be
Go
lying
listen.
his
ahead, best
ass off.
video.
Listen. I don't agree with that statement at all. 2 cents, because I got a friend that's a promoter, and I met many of his fighters, lots of them, and every one of them, and I mean every one of them, were very respectful. When they talk to their elders, they say, man,
You don't agree
and
with
they
what statement?
when someone said that these fighters, most of them are not good people or something. I don't agree
They
with that
ain't.
one.
They
I
ain't.
don't agree with
They're
that at
not.
all.
You have to be a
I don't
certain
agree
type
with
of arrogant.
maybe some
To
of
be
them.
a great person, you have to be arrogant, bro. You have to
No,
be.
no, bro.
Sometimes you have to be a piece of shit to yourself. You have to be,
No.
bro.
I'm just telling
To be
you.
elite, you wouldn't understand it. You wouldn't know how to be elite at anything, nigga. So I don't understand why you arguing.
I'm saying the majority of fighters, they are not bad people. That's
Sugar
all
Ray
I'm
Leonard,
Majority,
saying.
like,
was
hold
he a
on,
shitty person?
but listen,
I don't
listen.
care.
No,
Majority,
why Trey
majority of
Lance?
Maybe the
fighters are
elite
not
ones
elite.
are, but the majority I've met are not like that.
Right,
Trey Lance
majority
not a
of
shitty
fighters are
person. What are
not
you talking
elite.
about?
Yeah, that's true. So maybe you're just talking about elite fighters. So maybe you are right.
We're talking about elite fighters right now. So why are you trying to change the
Yeah,
subject? You
but mostly, so like people have problems. That's the reality. Is
Hold
when you
on,
see
boxing hacker,
boxing,
it's on
some
Juke.
people have
What's
problems, some
up,
people
Juke?
don't.
What you got for the show, Juke?
Hey, I'm just listening to y'all cook. I had a point, but like y'all done took it in so many different directions in that small amount of time. I came up to really talk about like the women's boxing portion of it. Um, and that's just like okay, I hear people saying like they feel like, oh, they feel like to push women's boxing for Alicia and Clarissa should be like these friends and blah blah. Or just, because and I agree, they never will fight. It doesn't make sense for them to fight. I feel like because women's boxing it's a smaller circle, and because there are names, people kept putting the fight does never made sense to me. It was stupid the minute I heard it, even when Alicia brought it up. But they're like, oh, they're never gonna fight. So now that's the issue. That's what made me want to come on because say like, well, we got that in a lot of different formations. Like I remember, like there are guys who have commented who are like welterweights, lightweights who commented on heavyweights. We know they're never gonna fight them. We got Devin versus Tank. That fight's never gonna happen. They're two many divisions apart. They'll never like each other. Throughout the history of boxing, you had guys who didn't always get along. and said things, but we knew the fight was never going to happen. I just think like when it comes to women boxing, like I think it's because God, the way guys view women, it's like they apply rules, like they have a higher bar for women than they do for the men, which is crazy, right? It's like, oh, you should, I mean, at the end of the day, they're not all gonna get along. I do agree though, that like I don't really need to hit it back and forth, because I agree they're not gonna fight, but we can't expect everybody to get along all the time, because at the end of the day, boxing is filled with, and I won't say that there are bad people, you have to have some level of arrogance. You have to get on a large stage and physically fight someone who's been training to fight you. You have to have beyond the regular dosage of confidence. Like what they do requires a little bit of delusion. It really does. And I don't think people don't want to admit that, but it does. You have to be so psyched up about what you're doing to get out there and do that and perform it night after night. So people like the things we love about fighters are the things we destroy them about. You better be arrogant if you're going out there fighting. You can't be like, well, I'm gonna do my best. I don't know. That's your life on the line. You do have to be arrogant. So the women are showing that same arrogance, and I think people are like, what? Huh? Yeah, no one wants to be with someone that's better than them. Either they can't fight them. That's just how it's gonna be. And I just think that's something that we need to take in consideration. They're human beings, just like the men. They're human beings. They just as competitive, and they feel like they're the best, even if they can't fight each other because of the divisions. This is how it's gonna be. Nothing that the women are doing is worse. Actually, they're nowhere near as worse as the guys. The men are way worse, right? When it comes to drama and narratives and lying on each other, like 1,000 times worse. Like Clarissa will have to work 18 jobs to get to the level that we've seen going on in men boxings, right? So I just think that y'all have a sort of leash when it comes to the women in boxing. That's all I really have to say.
I want to say
yeah.
to semi counter that. The highest level of any of any type of martial matter is stoicism. You don't really need like it's a difference between being arrogant and being sure. And when you move with surety, like confidence announces itself. It ain't nothing that you need to go out and roar and boast about. You already know and see right now how it's a multitude of fighters talking about one fighter that barely does an interview, doesn't seem to talk about nobody. Another, unspoken gem, like with Errol Spence, somebody who hasn't had a lot of trash talks or into the lead up into many of his fights, but you've seen he did consistent numbers over a lot of people who do a lot more press and put a lot more into making a fight. And I just think it's because of the integrity of which we see in the performance. The eyes ain't going, at the end of the day, your eyes are lied to you but so much. And we know what we see when, we see great boxers and great fighters. If you ever watched MMA to any degree, Anderson Silva was not a muscle bound, a built motherfucker at all. You didn't see any animosity in him, but he dismantled a lot of people who had all of those physical features and advantages over him, and he did it with ease. He did it with ease, minimal talking. Dana White said in particular, he didn't want to market. He didn't like marketing him because he didn't do a lot of trash talk, but he was one of his biggest sellers.
I mean,
all the time.
That's
cool.
That's cool, Sam. But the reality
I'm
is,
just saying.
No, I get what you're saying.
But let me say this real quick. Because that's cool, Sam. But the reality of it is, everybody not gonna be like that. Like everybody gonna be different. Like I get your standard. That's kind of like what you like.
Human beings are not.
But
I'm just saying the exception, the 1%, the highest.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Better. For example, the GOAT of all of before there was an MMA, before there's a UFC, the GOAT of all of combat sports is Muhammad Ali, who was arrogant, talked his shit, did his thing. He is the GOAT. Okay. So at the end of the day, that's a preference and that's a personality thing.
I mean,
Just
for you
because
to say
one
that is a
person
preference
handles,
as well.
just because one person handles things a certain way, does that not mean they're more poised and they're better and they have a level of no. Some people are like to brag, say they things. Some people more quiet. That doesn't mean that person, because you can't tell me Silva is better than Ali. He isn't, will never be, will
I
never
mean,
stop that
I
level.
mean,
For
there'll
example,
be
no,
no.
I mean he will never.
They're
He
two
will never.
different.
See, you don't
They're
even
two
know what I'm
different
about to
things,
say.
though.
No,
You
I
don't even know what
wasn't
I'm about to
finished
say.
because
You don't even know what
I know
I'm
the reason why I don't is because like how I let you talk and I didn't interrupt you and you not letting me
Good,
say
good. All right,
anything
now,
else.
Juke, we ain't about to do this, Juke.
Edwin Silver is a
We ain't
MMA
about
guy.
to do
No,
this one, Juke.
when you were talking,
Hold
this is my
on. Go
response
ahead,
to you.
Juke.
You
And then we
interrupted,
gonna
but I didn't
pass the
interrupt you
mic.
when you was
Let
talking.
it look. Go on about your business now.
I'm not going about my
Say
business.
what you
I'm
got to say.
responding. I would if you would stop interrupting me. I would. Thank you. So what I was saying is that I agree with you to a level. Like,
Somebody
yeah,
got an
some
echo.
people don't talk that stuff. All I'm saying is that human beings aren't a monolith. There's over 8 billion people on this planet, and then there's a very small portion who are great. Every person who's great doesn't mean they're gonna like, oh, if you don't have to talk, they don't have to. It's a lot of things I don't have to do. I'm going to because I feel like it that day. It depends. So I'm just saying that that's not a barometer of how we should view someone if they are of a certain scale. Everyone's different. We've had the Muhammad Ali's. We've had like you said the Silvers. I like Silver. We've had the Leonards. We've had the Haglers. You know, we've had the the Sugar Ray Robinsons, right? We've had all these different greats who take the mantle differently. They were all great in their right. Just because someone decides I'm not going to speak on a certain level or say certain things does not make them greater. It doesn't mean that they're more sure. Certain people have a personality, and the boxing is a sport. It's about you. You do personality is a part of it. Some people are more demure. Some people are not.
Demure.
That's not. Yeah, I had to demur. Some people are not. It does not mean like, oh, it's because I have this integrity thing. That's a preference.
But let me give Sin a example he can relate to. It's kind of like Terrence and Earl, how they kept trying to make it seem like Terrence was just so much better than Earl because he didn't smoke and he didn't drink and he was a family man and he lived. And you remember they kept saying all of that, and I kept saying just because. First of all, I kept saying just because you do that, one, it doesn't mean you're a good person, and two, that doesn't make you better than Earl Spence because you don't smoke and you don't drink. Like y'all kept trying to make it seem like just because he's this picture perfect person because he don't smoke and he don't drink and he living.
But he
in
was the more
jail
focused fighter.
and he shut up, boxing hacker. And he was a family man and all of this other stuff. But that don't give you some type of moral high ground and now you better than me. No, that's not what that means.
Of course not, and that's
But
not even
He
what I
had
was
that
indicating.
snack. That's why he was
That's
you're a
not
better.
little
what I
more
was
focused in
indicating.
boxing, right?
I'm
So
talking about
boxing goes
ease
to a
of
battle of
performance.
attrition. I think that's why
I'm
they-
talking about ease of performance. That no matter how much I love or hate you, these punches gonna come the same. And if I knock your ass out in the first, second, third round, whatever, like that's
But
gonna
drama does
speak
sell,
louder
though.
than that's gonna
Sin.
speak louder than mostly anything that somebody could say at a press conference.
No, drama sells a
But you
lot.
know,
No,
Drama sells.
nobody
Give you an
said
And
example.
that's
drama
why
don't
Ali will be
sell.
remembered
Yeah,
and
like
so will I.
Floyd, like a lot of the best
Nobody
fights you
said drama
remember
don't sell.
had
I
like
didn't say
drama
Already
nothing.
did
behind
it.
it. Like look
But
what happened with Floyd
but
Pacquiao.
real
Floyd
men don't
Pacquiao had
engage in
drama.
drama.
That's
But
why he
men don't
sold.
engage in fabricated drama.
Yet,
Plain and simple. Men.
majority of
I
yeah,
said
all
men do.
Ali,
drama
I said
Ali,
men.
in world history
Ali
is men.
dragged George.
I mean, it's men.
He,
Yeah,
So
Hold
that
on, y'all. We got to
Ali
keep
was
one
a
mic. Y'all
showman.
messing up the play.
Ali
can I
was a
talk?
showman.
Hold
That
on.
wasn't
Can I talk?
strategy.
Hold
I don't take.
on.
Can
Hold
I
on.
talk?
Hold on. 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 Listen, I need everybody to. Dondre, how you still up here? All right. I need everybody to listen in the back. We got to keep one mic. Because a lot of people been hitting me up like the show is good, but it's getting too rowdy. Everybody be talking at one time. So we got to keep one mic. All right, panel back open.
yeah.
One mic.
So when it comes, I
Can
think
I
I think it
talk?
drama.
was on B more. It was on B more. Go ahead, B more.
Hey, look. This is one thing I gotta say. You brought up Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali had went at Joe Frazier so hard that later he regretted it because Joe Frazier took it personal, even though he let him know he was just trying to sell a fight. Joe Frazier took a lot of that personal, and it was Joe Frazier who hit him off with money and bread when he was in his battle not to go into the draft. When they took him out of the sport, I forgot how many years it was, but they took him out of at his prime, and it was hard for him to get a match anywhere, only certain places.
That's what they trying to do to Tank, y'all. They're trying to take that man out of his prime.
Exactly.
Man, Tank took himself out of his prime.
But-
Hey, no,
but-
check this out. Check this out. I got a video to show y'all, and I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about this. And y'all tell me if y'all think I'm true. Hey, Eddie Hearn really trying to fight Dana White, y'all.
Yeah.
Ooh, 2
He
cents.
called
You
them
really,
out.
ooh, you slick. You a cold criminal.
No white on white crime. I love it. I love white on white crime.
It's so funny. It's hilarious, though. It's a page on IG dedicated to that.
Look at
Man, I'll
Eddie,
be
y'all.
laughing my ass off.
Hey, how come Eddie wasn't doing all that when Ellerby was trying to fight him?
Ella be hitting with that nose, it's over with. Ella be hitting with that snorter, it's over with.
Hey, yo, I did not know Leonard Ellerby was trying to fight that man.
Man, Leonard Ellerby was
Oh,
on.
man.
Leonard Ellerby was on Dana White. And I wish I could find the old video so I could be like, how come he ain't had this smoke for Ellerby?
You probably clicked Ellerby. Ellerby ain't beat
Man, he
no-
would
Oh,
have beat
man.
Ellerby
It's
up,
probably because
man.
Ellaby of all of them was the only one who I think was actually a fighter once.
Yeah.
Ellerby was a fighter?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Back in the day.
yeah.
I mean, he definitely
I
looked like
remember him fighting stuff
like he'll wrap a motherfucker up. Like
But
Oh,
selling
bullshit.
fights has always been a thing, though. I don't know, like talking trash sells in boxing.
Hey man, we already
It
went
sells a
through that,
lot.
man. Why
I
you
don't
trying to
know
go
why
back to
why
some
we-
bullshit
It's
argument?
always
Shut
sold.
up, man.
It's sold in the past. It's gonna
Go
sell.
home,
Hacker, you're
Roger.
deranged. Come on,
No,
man. We
Go
we
home,
on
Roger.
to another subject.
Floyd versus Pacquiao,
We're
right?
on another subject.
No, we're not. That's not
Yes,
what
we
we're
Yes,
are.
Yes,
we
we
are.
are.
Yes,
Talking
we
about
are.
Eddie
What
Hearn and Dana
subject are we
White.
on?
We talking about Eddie Hearn versus Dana White.
She's
Shut
just
your
showing
ass
you a
up, man.
picture. What are you talking about?
Is she
Who's eating
pulling
in
up
the
No,
a
she was
backyard?
video?
no.
Jesus.
They really did move on. Like I think we can agree to this. We can all agree. Being a trash talker is cool. Not being a trash talker is cool. We need variety in the sport, and that's okay. I think that's a good point to agree on. I like fighters who talk trash. I like the fighters who are, a little bit more, quiet. It's all good. We need a variety. We can move on.
Okay.
Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find this video because y'all remember when I kept asking y'all like, why did they get the U.S. Marshals involved in the
In what?
tank?
Because he was a fugitive.
Hey, did
No, he
Why
Who
wasn't
was
no
Tuesday?
Marshall's
fugitive.
involved in what?
For who?
They was grandstanding for the
It was the
press.
fugitive department.
They
But you
was
don't talk about
grandstanding.
niggas'
Shut up,
personal life
hacker.
though.
She asked a question.
Hacker, be
Hey,
quiet.
Tuesday.
Wait a minute.
It was
U.S.
a
Marshal
fugitive.
involved in
It
what?
was
Because
literally a
they was
fugitive
trying to
department
grandstand.
that
They
went
was
after
trying to
him.
grandstand for the
Hey, yo,
public.
Tuesday.
That's what
Did
it
you
Can
was.
y'all
see?
let 2 Cents finish her
Hold on,
subject?
hold
Cause he
on.
was
Yeah, I
talking.
can't hear what 2 Cents saying, y'all. What you
Go
Yeah.
ahead, Sin.
come
Sin
on,
was
Sin?
asking me a question. Go ahead, Sin.
Did you see this video talking about with this woman that just came out saying that Sonny Liston was killed by the mob or some shit because he didn't beat Ali like he was instructed to?
No,
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
After the second fight.
You look it up. Yeah,
Yeah, after the second
yeah. I
fight.
just seen it today.
The
Look
mob
it up.
had bet a lot
Check
of
that shit
money
out.
on him, and he was supposed to beat them,
Well,
and they
I don't
lost.
know if y'all know. Well, y'all know who he was. Who
Is 2
Ali was
Cent
aligned
talking?
with at the time, and why they wanted him to lose.
Yeah, out of St. Louis.
I
St.
can't
Louis,
even hear
the
No,
him.
I'm saying he
Louisville
was
mob.
starting to
I mean, the
align himself
Louisville.
with the movement, and that's have
Yeah,
way more political ramifications than just boxing.
Okay, so
yeah.
listen. This is what I want y'all to hear. Remember, I was like, why would they get the mark? And I was like, that seems like a bit much, right? That he just walking around like he was. How are you a fugitive, boxing hacker, when you just dropped the warrant?
Wait a minute, can we just listen? We don't need.
Man,
So
don't.
listen.
No, it's literally
Hey,
I
on the
don't
gotta
case
say
call her
file.
back.
hacker.
I
Come
can't
on,
hear
hacker
her.
done. Come
Be
on,
It's
quiet.
on
go
the
ahead.
case file. Like,
Go ahead,
Okay,
Go
go ahead,
ahead.
Tucson.
go
Okay,
ahead,
just
go ahead.
listen. So
Let
y'all,
this play because I've seen this. Let it play 2 Cents.
because so Y'all remember when the police officer was like, I can't even believe he got arrested. We was already doing this and woo behind the scenes. Listen to this right here. And this is why I think they did it.
How the feds work. The feds will watch you and tell you. No, and just wait. Because they want you to do something else, build a case up on you that you can't get out of. Like,
now, everything he's not saying is relevant to Tank's situation, but listen to what he's saying that is relevant.
The feds watched me. I had that Rico and the
Boxing Hacker. I might have to play it twice for you. I know it may be hard, but just listen.
The gun case. The feds watched me the whole time, right? Yeah. They didn't stop and get me until I was on the phone and told somebody I was finna turn myself in. That same day, they cut off the Florida Turnpike on the way to Miami. Had the helicopter in the sky with
Didn't they say Tank was about to turn himself in?
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
Spikes on the road and undercover dudes and took my ass down because they don't want you to turn yourself in. That's the last thing they want. The U.S. Marshals live off of catching your ass. They don't want you to turn yourself.
What's the difference?
Because if you turn yourself in, you get points off your sentence. So it's a point system. Like they're gonna get you 3 points off your sentence because you came in willingly. You wasn't a captured fugitive. So now, not only that, you're more reluctant to get a bond because you came up there. The U.S. Marshals don't want you out on bond. They want you in the federal prison. So like you can get a bond. If you walk up there and turn yourself in, most judges are gonna give you a bond. Because they know, hey, if he came up here to handle this on his own willingly, just a stand-up person, it's a stand-up citizen. They not gonna run. They not running from it. You know what I'm saying? So shit, they don't want you to do that. That's why you can't bond yourself out if you got a federal bond. They got to give you a bond. You can't even pay money. They want property. They want cars and land. You can't get them no cash. They don't want your cash. They print the money.
Right.
They print. It's the federal government. They print the money. They want your shit. They want your mama house, your auntie house. They want your land. They want your legacy.
So which one is worse? The CIA, the FBI? Like, what's the worst?
All of
Homeland
them.
Security. Like, who do you not want to see?
All of them.
All of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, absolutely
So,
right.
what did y'all think? What did y'all think about that?
He's absolutely.
I agree with him 1,000%.
I don't know. I think
He's
they have to do
absolutely right.
Hold on,
One at a time.
one mic. Let me
I'm
go.
gonna have to
Mr.
go out and
Greg.
come back in because I can't hear everybody.
Okay, I'm gonna let Mr. Greg go, and then I'm gonna let you go by Tucker. Go ahead, Mr. Greg.
He's absolutely right. That's exactly what they want to do, particularly for those kinds of cases. They don't want you to once you are arrested, they don't want you to get bond, which is why they don't want to take money. They want your land and your buildings and things of that nature. They want to inconvenience you. And he knew that if he got back to Florida, because I've seen this, but I understand the situation because it was similar for what I've already told you about. Mm-hmm. When they coming after you like that, this is to be a show. I don't know how much you know about what happened down here in Washington, D.C. during the 80s, but the guys whose names y'all probably have heard in videos and rap songs, so forth, there was a store here that everybody shopped at, similar to how Dapper Dan was in New York. A lot of the players. Well, there's a store here called Linear Pitti, sold Versace and everything like that. One of the owners got caught up with Rayful and Tony Lewis and all those guys. When it was time to arrest him, they had made an agreement that he could turn himself in, but that agreement was never going to be held. The feds locked his street down, moved people out of their houses just to make a show of it, to go get him, but he wasn't there. That's the only reason why, because they didn't want him to turn himself in either, because as you know, with those guys, that was a big case down here. Had national ramifications, and there was other people that Janet Reno wanted to get at. So what he's telling you is that that's the way they play, and that is the way they play. They want to make a show of it. They want to shut you down. They don't want you to ever. That's what they did to Diddy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
He couldn't give them he couldn't have given them all of his money. They were not going to take it.
Yeah.
So do y'all think? So this is how I think it relates to Tank. Go ahead, Peyton. I'm gonna say.
I was just gonna ask him one question. Hey, you ever heard of Frank Matthews?
Yep. Never found him.
Yeah, I was gonna elaborate on that too, but go ahead. That's all I wanted to ask you, bro.
So let me jump in, right?
Hold on, no, let me say this real quick. So that is why they wanted they made take him fugitive, put the U.S. Marshals on him, so because they
Yeah.
wanted to arrest him.
Yeah, they
and
wanted
take
the
property.
grandstand.
Mhm.
Yeah,
No.
grandstand.
Yeah, arrest
Master
warrant. He
Hacker,
didn't.
shut up. Why you keep
Shut
saying no when
up,
people try to
man.
talk?
Damn.
Oh, I can't hear.
They
I'm
was
asking
they,
Mr. Greg. So Mr. Greg, like, you
Marshals
think
can
that?
go anywhere in the country.
Yeah.
So
don't
they
have.
tried
Yep.
to. So they tried to take him, lock him up, so he couldn't have no bond.
They wanted to make as what it looked like to me. They wanted to make an example of him because he was a high profile case. They
Yeah.
wanted to be able to show that they doing their job. That they were going to parade him in front of the cameras and chains or cuffs to take him in and show that we had to go and find this dangerous athlete because he wasn't going to do the right thing, Your Honor, and show up, even
Yeah.
though it was known that there was a warrant for him. That's how they wanted to go at that. That's what I believe, because I know that's the way they work.
Yeah, they not letting you turn yourself
Because they
in
what?
on
Because
free will.
he was supposed to turn himself in. He was. That's why his lawyer was
Yeah.
like, I'm surprised he got arrested. But
Yeah.
my thing was, why did they make him a fugitive and get the marshals? I was like, this seems like a lot. Because you got to think, it was like the warrant dropped, and
Yeah.
then boom, he was a fugitive, and boom, the marshals was looking if he was on the run.
They
I'm like, what the hell? Like, this is
That-
crazy.
that
For a
part of it was
$1,600
political.
bond.
Was he?
Yeah.
For a
Was he in-
$1,600 bond.
Was
Exactly.
he in Florida already?
Yeah, he was in he was in
he never left
out
Florida.
there shopping. And
Okay,
the
so
crazy
he
He
thing,
never left Florida.
Okay.
and he didn't even know he was going to get arrested because his lawyer was already in contact with the DA. So when he got arrested, that shit was kind of shocking. That to them, for instance, because he was like, "Hey, we was already talking to him about this. So why did y'all go arrest him? It's not like he's running from y'all because we're already in contact with y'all."
That's the way they play. They want to.
So if they would have arrested him, like without his lawyers and stuff, he wouldn't have got no bond.
Possibility.
Yeah.
If his lawyers didn't know what was going on, if they wasn't in contact with
And they
the
would have took
DA,
his property.
they would have went on and they would have tried to go at
No,
him.
this is state case.
No.
This is state case. It's not a federal case.
Yeah, that's a state
No,
case.
he was getting charged with federal charges, federal
Yeah,
kidnapping.
Nah,
kidnapping.
it's
all that
No,
shit.
no.
Oh, kidnapping is federal. My bad. Yeah.
That's a federal charge. Yeah.
But sometimes they charges work different.
But the problem was that he had arrest warrant. He it seemed like he didn't want to turn himself in. That was the actual problem.
By Sacker Hush.
No, like that. Like we create a conspiracy theory out of nothing, right?
There's no
Like, that's
conspiracy.
just how the law works. Like
Lawyer said that he was in touch with them and he was supposed to turn himself
if you have a
in.
warrant, you have
He's
to turn
surprised
yourself in.
he got arrested.
Yeah, but if
Hey,
you have a
hacker.
warrant for your arrest,
Hey, yo,
I don't
hacker.
care who you're in touch
Hacker.
with, you gotta turn yourself
Hey,
in.
hacker.
That's not how that works.
That's not
That
that's
means
not
you're
how that
wanted.
works.
Get
No,
him,
you're
son.
wanted. You're literally
Get him.
wanted by the police.
Get him, son.
Yeah,
Like, what are we
hey,
talking
yo, hacker. Now, you know one of our presidents were assassinated before, right?
Yes.
Like more than one of them, as a matter of fact. You know that, right?
Yeah.
It's like by people inside our own government too, right?
It's
You know that?
yeah.
He don't know nothing about
it's
real
complicated.
history.
I'm
He only
like
know
that.
what he learned in a
yeah.
I'm not.
history
I
book.
think it's by people who are being occupied by. But let's keep moving on. Though. I think you know what I mean.
And they're part of the government. What are you talking about?
They're part of their own government. But let's keep on going.
So
He
you
don't-
you
that
so
boy's
you
slow.
think so you
He
think
can't
that
get right.
so
Can't
as
get
far
right,
as
hacker.
Be more. Hold on.
Can't
one
you
get
think
right.
somebody hijacked planes? You think somebody hijacked planes and those planes knocked down those towers that fell in
I feel like
2011?
the same people that assassinated our president are the same people that hijacked help facilitate that as well. To be honest,
So that you think that we was lied to about what
Of
was
course.
told?
of course, my personal opinion.
All right. So,
Yeah.
so you seem to have some logic in that area. So why does it cut off in boxing and things
Well,
like
no,
that?
I mean, I
Why do you
think
cancel all of that?
it's not. So there's no realm of confusion like in this
Girl was
situation. Right?
saying,
He had an arrest warrant. He didn't turn himself in for a while,
But
and
he-
nobody could find him, and so they issued the.
that's not
It's
true
not
though,
true.
bro. You
It's
keep
not
saying
true.
that.
while.
True. It's
It wasn't a
literally true.
while.
He didn't
Like,
have no warrant at first, bro. So it was
He
only
had
a
an
civil
arrest-
suit. It was
bro,
only
he
a
had
civil
an arrest
suit.
warrant.
Bro,
Look it up. Just look
How
it up. He had
long?
an
How
arrest
long
warrant.
was he on the run then, bro?
Yeah, arrest warrant back in
Hey,
January.
don't argue with him, please.
Like,
Just
this
let him
man
say
is
what he gotta
crazy,
say.
bro.
Yeah,
Please,
arrest
just
warrant
let
for
him
a
say
few
it.
weeks.
All
Bro.
right, boxing
Like,
hacker.
look it up.
Okay, are you done?
I mean, there's
That
more
boy
deeper
just can't
conspiracy
get
theories
right.
we can talk about.
You don't got to keep repeating it. Are you done? We get it. You don't know what you're talking about, boxing hacker.
Can't get
What?
right.
He did have a warrant.
Can't get right.
What
But he just,
are you
but he just,
talking about?
but he just
The
said
guy
he
had
don't
a
speak on
warrant for
people's
his arrest. He
personal
didn't
lives,
turn.
though.
We're literally talking about that.
Boxing hacker. Okay,
Yo.
are you gonna listen? Listen, we heard what you gotta say. So after I say what I gotta say, you don't get to repeat what you just said. If you're not gonna say nothing different, we're gonna move
Well,
on.
let me
Let me say something real quick.
Let me
land my
hold
plane.
on. Let me
land my plane then.
Go ahead.
The reason why the
Hey, hold on, Boxing
marshal
Hacker,
and
you want me
the
to say something?
fugitive
Remember what you did to
department
me the other day?
went up to pick up Tank is because
They
he
cooking
had
you,
an
bro.
arrest warrant, and it doesn't matter if his lawyer's talking to him; he still has a warrant. That doesn't change the fact that he has
That's
a warrant.
not how. That's not how it is when you turn yourself in, brother. And
He
if you
never
have
turned
people
himself
looking for
in,
you,
and
I can
that's
tell
why
you've
the
never had a
fugitive
warrant, nigga.
department
I can
can't
tell
do
you never had a warrant, nigga.
That nigga never been locked
Hey,
up. He never
Yeah,
had
hey,
to
Boxing
deal with
it's not a
Hacker.
vacation spot that I want to
He
go
don't
to.
know.
Hold
Yeah,
on, listen.
It's like,
Boxing
nigga,
Hacker.
I've had more warrants than you had girlfriends.
I
You understand me?
don't know why
Like,
that's
Hey,
a
hold,
prideful
hold on,
thing.
y'all.
You know?
Hold on, y'all.
That
I want
sounds
to
very
say something to
weird.
Boxing Hacker.
All right,
Boxing
let
Hacker.
me hold
Hey,
on. One mic. Okay, hold on, Blue. Let me say this. I forgot I was about to say the boxing hacker. Go ahead, Blue.
oh, it's gonna be quick. Now, hey, Boxing Hacker. You remember the other day? He was like, "Oh man, you cooking you, bro." Now I'm being facetious right now, but they cooking you, bro.
They're cooking me how?
Yeah,
Hacker
because you don't
always
know what
get
he's
cooked
talking
over here.
about.
I'm
Man,
just
he
telling the
always
truth.
leave this motherfucker with his clothes sizzling.
It's on.
Nobody
No,
cooking
he
you,
said
bro.
it's on the
Hey,
internet,
look,
man. I don't know
I'm
that.
just,
Smoking.
hey, look,
Motherfucker
hold on,
There's
y'all,
smoking,
much
hold on,
deeper
tossing
rabbit
hold
trash
holes
in
we
the
can go
bed, trying
down.
to sleep.
on. I'm just
Deep
messing with
fried.
him
Like, I
because
don't
I
know
told
what
him
the
the
fuck
other day.
that
I
is.
said, bro, I always have your back when you know what I'm saying.
Hey
So what you
man, we
talking
say
about?
tag team, brother. I don't
But
need nobody have
I
my back. But go ahead.
yeah,
All right,
because
let
if
me
you
say this
nigga,
real
if
quick.
you nigga, go ahead.
Can I get a like check, please? And if you haven't already, be sure to punch that like and subscribe button. Be sure to help support the channel by hitting the Cash App or the $ 2 cents boxing. Look, we rolled in. Everybody was coming through supporting the channel. Then the conversation got interesting, and everybody forgot how to hit that super chat and that Cash App up. Come on, y'all, support the channel if you like the late night show. Y'all got to give me a reason to keep staying up this late every Tuesday. God dog it. But how many likes I got? Let me get the like check. I need to get 100 likes before I get off of here. Y'all know this the hottest show on YouTube boxing. The second hottest show.
Yeah,
The first hottest show on YouTube boxing is Ladies Night. So y'all make sure y'all come
yeah,
back
yeah.
Friday to join me
That's
for Ladies Night.
definitely one. That's
Yeah, but
definitely
y'all
one.
need some diversity in ladies night. You need like a lady
No
hang
hacker.
lady fan.
I
No,
was thinking
Nah,
about
no,
maybe having a
What is
special
no
You
guest
hacker.
every
nervous
You
now
need
and
ass
like
then.
nigga.
Bella
You
Faith.
this
No,
last
Bella Faith
motherfucker
not
type lady,
invited
hacker.
man.
to ladies'
no,
night.
the
Not
fuck we
Scared
hacker.
all
Yeah,
don't.
ladies away.
Not Bella Faith, yo.
we need Bella
No,
Faith. I think I
no,
think you have to get
We
Bella
don't need
Faith.
no
no.
crackheads on the panel. We don't need
This
no
Hey,
ain't
we're not
crackhead
gonna do
been
that.
fed
We're
ladies
not
on the
gonna do
panel.
that. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna talk
We need
about
some
people that's not
diversity
here.
in opinions.
We're not gonna talk about people that's not here.
Y'all, you three ladies agree a little bit
We
too
don't need no
much.
snack heads on the panel neither. God damn it.
Damn, Bobby just upped the bounty on Hacker. He said I need to make it $50 or $100 to get him booted. Damn, Hacker, they
Damn,
upping the
bro.
bounty on. They putting that money on your head,
They hate
Hacker.
the truth, man. You know,
It don't be,
the
bro.
truth.
You just be
So now
No,
delusional, bro.
the lie is
they
always
gonna
much
call
more
out the
beautiful than the
marshals
truth.
on
You know,
Hacker. Hacker
the
got a
lie is always
bounty on
much
his
more
head.
beautiful than the truth. You know,
Wanted dead
the
or
truth is
alive,
not that
Hacker.
exciting. You know,
Can't get right the boxing talk.
yeah,
Can't
obviously,
get right, Hacker.
the great David Lynch, the tank worshiper himself.
Oh man.
David Lynch, you wake up in the morning, take
Nobody
your
takes you
tank,
serious when it sounds like you
let me work
swallowing
out
your
the
tongue all the
party.
time, bro. No one takes you serious.
That should be funny though, yo.
Oh
David
man,
Lynch is
yo,
a
you
whole tank
crazy.
worshiper, man.
Hacker cook
He
like
didn't
once every
he
6
didn't hurt
months.
that lady.
That
He
man
didn't kidnap her.
grovel at the
He
balls of
walked her to
Devin
a car.
Haney. He grovel at the balls of Devin Haney. They
Come on,
A
swing
true
y'all.
on the
tank
back of
worshiper,
his
bro.
neck.
I have never seen a tank worshiper like you, brother. That's a different level of worship.
Worshiper, nigga, you the one in a
Bruh,
cult.
nah.
The Devin
Tank,
Haney a cult.
Tank didn't pull her hair. He was checking if she had
Hey, what
lights.
they say,
But
Devin
but
is
but
all of
but
us.
look,
Devin
this
is
the
all
thing
Oh
of
my
though.
us.
gosh.
So it's
This
a
the
rumor
thing though.
going around, y'all. Go ahead, Sam.
Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah.
You
And
good.
this the last topic we're gonna cover. I'm gonna hop off of here. But listen, it's a rumor going around that Devin Haney might be going to Zuffa.
Yeah.
It's the only place he can go.
Where else he gonna go?
That man went
If he
from
goes to
that
the gym,
man.
that's the end of boxing right now.
I told you, Turkey wasn't fucking with them no more.
Where else
You
he
done?
gonna go?
Man, Turkey was in the front row of that fight. He was knocked out sleep, yo. Brian Norman fight Turkey was sleeping his ass off, man.
What's up,
That's
Band Up?
bad.
Salute everybody. What it is?
Hey, what's going on, Band
What up,
Up?
Band Up?
What's up with it, Band Up?
So nobody can give me a like check.
They just told you to since you had 63.
Oh, I ain't see it. Oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
Right.
You got your like today. What's happening with you though?
What's up?
Man, just getting off work, man. Listening to this boxing talk, listening to you guys pick on Hacker real quick, man.
Nah, he bring it on himself like Clarissa.
I don't know why he did. I thought Clarissa was your girl.
Exactly.
You got to hear create conspiracy theories. Like, do you think that they were trying to steal his house? That's why the U.S. Marshal.
Nobody said that. Don't.
That's not what no one said, you idiot, bro. You just. I hate this nigga, bro. Can we fight? Can we please fight?
Because if it was
Can we
Devin,
please fight?
if it was Devin, you know what he'd be saying.
Can we please fight?
Hacker, I'm gonna tell you this. When there's an arrest warrant, you have to be aware there's an arrest warrant. Okay. The first thing you do when you become aware of it is not turn yourself in right away, but you call your attorney if you have one or you get one, and y'all arrange for bail, and your attorney then will let wherever you got to turn yourself in, we are turning ourselves in. That's how you have to do it.
Okay, so
when an arrest warrant is issued, they don't have to wait for me to turn myself in or you turn yourself in. They're just going to come and get you. If they can't get you, too bad. You turn yourself
you don't
in
do that job for
because you're going to be seen as being a better character if you turn yourself in. Yeah. And the possibility of getting a bond and a decent bond will exist for you. But when there's a big case that's high profile, they want a show. They want the world to see the feds are doing their job, and they want to tell the judge we had to go with 30 men to come get you because you weren't trying to run, you was trying to hide. They caught you on the highway. You had a suitcase in your trunk, et cetera, et cetera. It's not just as simple as, oh, I heard there's a warrant for me. Let me go turn myself in. You do not do that. You have to go with the and that's how it works, Hacker.
Yeah, but it might not be number
boxing
one.
Boxing hacker.
Wait. How do you know that? How do you know that?
No,
boxing hacker. Do you know how things don't work like you see them on TV?
It don't work like. I mean, here's the thing though. There's a constitution, right, and there are amendments, and there are rules and regulations. At the end of the day, like
you don't know.
And he did turn something.
This nigga just be saying shit, putting shit together, bro. I swear to God, he just be putting shit that he know in the dictionary together. Just to try to make himself sound smart. Nigga, that made no sense.
They can't. The U.S. Marshal and the Fugitive Department just can't do something that's unconstitutional randomly. Like
they do it all the time.
I don't think
they do it all the time.
What I tell you on KMJ show?
Lawful.
I told you before you defecate any facts that you really don't have any proof.
Boxing hacker, let me ask you a question. Do police do departments and people that work for the government, shit, hell, even the president, do they do unconstitutional things at times? Yeah. Okay, so then what the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about when they went to go. So here's the thing: when they went
no. Here's the thing:
they're not just going to like randomly do something unless they have jurisdiction because it's going to be completely publicized. Like that's why it's on TV.
Does that not happen? Right? Does that not happen all the time, boxing hacker?
For cases like that, it normally happens, right? Like, I mean, to me, I don't know where the conspiracy theory is coming from. You know, like
just because you say conspiracy theory, they don't.
I mean, it doesn't
take no sauce off what I'm saying.
I mean,
you know where that term originated from?
Like, that's
I asked a question. because I couldn't understand why the U.S. Marshals were calling Tank a fugitive and going to get him because he yanked his bitch out the club.
No,
There's
because
no
he had a
reason for the
arrest
U.S.
warrant.
Marshals to come after me for that. So
The-
I was Boxing Hacker. You ever had a warrant?
No.
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 Have you
But
ever had a warrant, Boxing Hacker?
no.
You ever been locked up?
No.
Okay,
no,
so you've
not my
never had
type
a
of vacation
warrant.
You ever
spot.
been to
So
jail?
so do you know in
No.
what instances that the U.S. like what type of things will get the U.S. Marshals to come after you and for you to be a fugitive? Do you know what that means for real?
No,
Yeah.
What is a
no, you
fugitive?
don't.
No, the fuck he did. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness,
like
yo.
What is
Why
a
couldn't
what
you
is a
just say
You
fugitive?
no?
never been to jail,
Why
if
couldn't
you
What
you
have
is
man.
a
a
just say
warrant
yes,
for
fugitive?
bro?
if you're escaping the law, basically, like that's what fugitive.
Ain't
No.
Like
nobody
for instance, if
escaping the law. They
Well,
so
knew
right,
shit.
we
so if
was
you have
So
a
at
Boxing
the
warrant,
Hacker,
whole
listen,
damn
listen,
if you have a
listen,
warrant
time.
for your arrest, that means you're
listen.
wanted, right?
Okay, so
And if you never turn yourself in and they can't
if
find
I
you,
miss
you
my
become a
court date,
fugitive, huh?
if I miss my court date and I have a warrant, do you think they're gonna send the U.S. Marshals after me?
You said if you miss your court date and you have a warrant for your
Yeah,
arrest,
if I have a warrant, if I get arrested, if anything happens and I get a warrant, do you think they're gonna send the U.S.
it's
Marshals after
possible.
me?
They could. Now, are they? I don't know, but they could, right?
No, they cannot.
No, they're
Why
not,
can't they?
bro. God dang.
Why can't they?
And I'm gonna just tell you this right now, bro. Look, even when you tell me,
Why can't they?
You tell
I'm
me
gonna just
you
tell
know
you,
how it works.
No, I want to know. You said you're the
No,
one who
you
said it.
tell me, Boxing
I'm
Hacker,
saying they
you know
can.
how it
You're saying they
works.
couldn't.
You
I'm saying they
okay?
can. You're saying they couldn't. So I'm
Why
asking you
can
why.
they? Why can they come? Why? What have I done to warrant me to be a
You
fugitive?
have a warrant for your arrest, and
That doesn't make me a fugitive because I have a
What's
warrant.
a fugitive? Somebody that's evading the law. What are you
No,
talking
it's
about?
not. No,
No,
it's
it's
not.
not.
You
It's
know
a
No, it's
goddamn
person
well if
who
Hacker ever did
escaped,
Okay.
anything criminal in
who
life and they
escaped
twisted his arm 23 degrees to the
physical
left, he
Okay.
would
So
tell
tell me
violence
every
why.
fucking thing
Okay.
he
by
knew.
You have a
law
warrant for your arrest,
enforcement.
right?
That's
Hacker.
what the
Because you
fugitive
missed. You
is.
missed. Yes.
If you're in Baltimore, I'm
Yeah.
in DC. If either one of us has a warrant in Florida, by virtue of the fact that we are not in Florida, will get us a fugitive warrant.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
And because we're all the way over here, depending on what kind of crime it is, now you might have jaywalking, I might have a gun charge. Depending on what kind of crime it is, we'll decide who gets sent to come get us.
Okay.
So that's
So
how
do
you have
you
to
think that
understand.
the U with the nature of what Tank was accused of, do you think that the U.S. Marshals should have went to go get him
Yes.
after seeing the video?
The video you just played.
The video that dropped, the evidence.
Boy, please. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. I don't. Yes. I don't. I don't understand.
So you think the U.S. Marshals should? You watched that video and you was like, "Damn, they need to go get that nigga. Let's go send the U.S.
I
Marshals to
never
go
said
get
that.
him."
I never said they need to go get him. I understood why they went to go get him. I'll put it like that.
He said he don't
I
Just shut
understand.
up, nigga. I'm just
I
tired.
understand
Just shut
why.
up.
Like
He
man,
I
he
still
gotta
in
stop
understand
time.
why
switching
of
it
the
up.
situation. Like it's
He's
not to
still
me. It
in
wasn't out of the
time,
realm of
man.
possibilities that it would happen like that.
Boxing Hacker, you cook Boxing Hacker. Too
I
rich.
don't know
What you
how.
got?
You guys have not explained to me. Like I don't know how. Like what? So where? Okay,
Hold on, it's
explain
on
to me
Too Rich. It's
your
on Too
why you
Rich.
don't think he shouldn't
Go
have.
ahead,
This
Too
nigga
Rich.
is
What you
hella
got?
confused. He just
No,
Oh,
because you guys are not making any more points. You guys are not making any points. You
hey,
just keep
hey,
asking me
well,
questions.
let me say
I'm
that.
telling you, he
Hey,
had a arrest warrant and
hold on, Hacker.
it wasn't for a
Hacker,
couple of weeks.
hold on,
Like
Hacker. Let me
I don't
say this.
understand.
It's on Too
Hey, let
Rich.
me
Go
say
ahead,
this.
Too Rich.
From somebody that been on the investigation and went through all that, let me just tell you, when y'all have to remember the initial charge was kidnapping. So that's a federal offense. Initially, we know it ain't as bad as it looked, but that was the charge. So the first scenario, you got a warrant put on you, right? The sheriff's gonna serve the warrant to your house, right? They're gonna serve to where they think you at. Now, if they can't get you, the next step is going to the marshal. He's a high level guy. He can go from state to state. He could even go out the country. So yes, the U.S. Marshal is going to be the next step that they're going to dispatch to get you. That's just a natural progression of
But
things.
his lawyers was already in contact with the DA.
Okay, so what you don't do is go to the Diamond District and go shopping. That's what you don't do. You lay low until
Man,
your
they knew
lawyers
where
take
he
you
was
down
at.
He
there.
didn't think he
You
was
don't
getting
act like
arrested.
things are normal. You don't act like
They
things are normal, knowing they had a press conference and
trust
everything. You
me.
don't act like things are normal. You're not above the
Trust
law.
me.
You're just a boxer.
What you mean he got
Trust
a
me.
lawyer? Why
They knew
But no,
where
the
he was
lawyer
at
they
the
still
whole
an active
time.
warrant out for you. You supposed to turn yourself in. That's what you're supposed to do. So that's all
They
I'm saying.
knew.
Had he
They knew
laid
where.
low,
He more. Hold
And
on,
you
baby.
never
We
turn
gotta stop
yourself in the
talking over
midget.
people.
had he
Y'all
laid
negotiate
low,
when you
they
turn
may have
yourself
never
in.
have gotten him. Do you see what I'm saying? Had he laid low, they probably wouldn't have got him. They got him because he was out there acting normal. No, you're not allowed to act normal. No, you're not. They're looking for you. You're
What
a
you mean
young
you're
black
not
rich
allowed
man.
to act normal?
No, you're a young black
You have
rich
your
man.
doctor.
You're a
You
young
have.
black rich man. If y'all ain't never been through it, don't talk to me because you're a fan. I'm talking about how the
Yo,
law works.
yo.
I'm talking about how
You
the law
got your
works.
lawyers in contact with the DA's office. Your lawyer used to work in the DA's office.
No,
They ain't got
So
nothing to
you
do
mean
with
to
it. They're
tell
gonna just
me
I ain't got
that
nothing
you
to
had
do
lay
something
with
to
it.
low.
do
That's
with
all
it?
I'm saying. He should have
He
laid
should be
low.
able.
He
He
should
should.
have laid low.
I mean,
That'll
that's
He
give you the
was.
right to act like
He was
things are normal. Lay low.
negotiating. He was
Lay low.
negotiating. He was negotiating his terms of
So you lay
surrender.
low.
And at
You
the
lay
same
low.
time, they was watching him the whole time,
Okay,
man.
so lay low.
yeah,
Lay
yeah,
low. Don't go out
yeah.
there
I agree.
acting
You
like
gotta lay
things
low
are
or something,
normal.
bro.
That's all I'm saying.
I
That's
agree,
what you
bro.
do when you're a criminal. Yeah, y'all don't know how criminals act, nigga, with this the criminal life.
He not a criminal.
Where he was
He
charged
was
with
just such
kidnapping,
a
bro.
He's
I
That
not a
was the
mean,
tank
charge.
criminal.
it
defender,
still
He's
don't hurt
not
to
a
act like
the
criminal.
one every
true
once
tank
in a while.
defender.
Well,
He
how did
really
we get
was.
here from? Never mind.
It was just a true tank defender. He's not a
It's all
criminal.
Two Cent fault.
He,
Two Cent brought this
he
damn
didn't
shit up.
kidnap that lady. He was walking her to her car.
Yeah, he ain't
He didn't
walking to the
kidnap her
car.
though. He
But
He
he
didn't.
got
walked
He,
her to her car.
he had the charge though. So when
He
they were
did, no, that was
negotiating,
kidnapping. To
he
coach
see,
is
also
right.
didn't assault
Hey,
her either.
hey,
that
Was
was
hacker,
that coach who
kidnapping
was talking?
just by law.
Hold
hacker.
on, we
Have
need
you ever
one
have you
mic.
ever
Oh
We
had?
no,
need
that was
one
Mr.
mic.
Too Rich.
My fault.
Mr.
We
Too
need
Rich
one mic.
is exactly right. Even though they were negotiating him turning himself in, you still have a warrant. Doesn't matter whether they're negotiating, because you can walk away from a negotiation, you know. So
Yep.
what you do is you stay low. Your lawyer gets you in because he still the lawyer still knows that the marshal still can arrest them whether they have a deal to turn themselves in or not, and they will do it if they can. That's why you have to tell your client, here's what we're going to do. That's why you call your lawyer in the first place. And he probably told Tank to lay low while I take care of this, and then we'll arrange to get you there so you don't get arrested. That's the whole case. Once you start negotiating, doesn't mean the arrest is not going to take place. You got to understand that part. The police don't
They
care about your lawyer
don't.
negotiating with you. They want you in cuffs. That's what their job is. And if you're a high profile, yeah, they want to have that as well. So you lay low, let your lawyer do his work, get you in. Sometimes you got to somewhat hide, and which is what Tank should have done. And that's what you're supposed to do, but he didn't do it. And it's unfortunate. It is nothing glamorous about getting locked up, having handcuffs on you, having to go through that whole process. There's nothing hip, slick, glorious, uh, enlightening about that. That's a dehumanizing experience to have to go through that. I don't care how many times you have handcuffs on it, you are never going to think that's cute. It's not.
Yeah,
And
and this okay. This the last topic, and then I'm gonna go sleep because I'm getting
let
sleepy.
me say this real quick, 2 Cent. When you get the shakedown, that's that bend over cough shit. That's the most humiliating
Yeah.
shit about the whole goddamn process when you get
Yeah,
locked up.
yeah,
That's the
it's
most
crazy.
humiliating thing about the whole damn process.
Hey, David, I'm gonna keep it a stat. You are correct, except for when you ever been in a situation where they put a nigga in a smock.
Man, I had the goon squad come to get me
Yeah, bro. I'm,
and
I'm
put
trying
me
to
in
tell
the
you, bro. They
streets.
they hey they try to lie because I got into. I swear to God, I got into it with the CO right over blankets and some other shit. Right, boom. Nigga, I get put in the hole. Nigga, they come and get me out the hole. And they talking about some damn. Oh, you gotta go into the suicide unit. The fuck you mean I gotta go into the suicide
Oh
unit?
man,
You
yeah.
told the officers you
Oh
was. They said you told the officers you were suicidal. No, the fuck I didn't, bro. I go in there. Well, I'm in there for an hour. I come in an hour. shift change, lady come up in, lady left, dude come up in there and knock on my door talking about you ain't supposed to have them clothes on. I'm like, nigga, what are you talking about? I'm not supposed to have these clothes on. He said, you ain't supposed to have them clothes on, right? So boom, came back like 10 minutes later and threw me a smack. Like shit only covers goes over your armpits, and you gotta like Velcro strap it to the side, you know what I mean, to your side where your ribs is on both sides, and then it cover like, you know what I mean, your pelvis area, and that's about it. Like just shy above your knees. That's all they gave me. Swear to God. Talking about I was in the suicide. Talking about I said I was suicidal. No, I did not. They had me in there for a whole 2 days.
Wow.
They put you in the straight jacket or just?
Bruh, it's not a straight jacket. It's the smock. Now the straight jacket, you get that if you trying to fight and go to court, and then they put a spit bag over your head, straight jacket, and they put you in a chair.
That's why they go ahead and they try to keep you as naked as possible. Why? In case they gotta come in there and try to go ahead and rustle you down.
Yeah,
You know what I
especially if you're
mean?
suicidal.
Yeah,
Man,
they do that
motherfuckers go
shit.
missing in prison systems like that.
Bro,
That
they
shit
will lie.
shit. I hate
I'm
that
telling you,
shit.
they will lie, bro. Like they will get you, man.
Motherfuckers
Oh,
will
girl
kill
from
your
court.
ass in there.
Oh,
They'll
girl
kill
from
your
court.
ass in
I
there.
promise you, this girl's smaller than any women boxer you ever seen. I promise you, she's small as hell. Had to be 5'1", 5 foot nothing, weighing less than 100 pounds, bro. She came from court. Mind you, like 40 of us guys in the holding cell waiting to go to court. She go to court, heard some bad news, come out. You know what I mean? Of course, when you hear some bad news, you're gonna have this type of bodily reaction. The CEO tried to grab her shoulder. She like literally slightly pulled away from bro with the shoulder. He tossed her all the way up in the air, upside down, slammed her on the shoulder, and then punched her in the face. Talk about quit resistance. 6 officers that all weigh over 200 pounds is on this little girl, and they ain't gonna get no repercussions over it.
Nope. They do not.
Crazy
They
work.
will go
man.
ahead. They justify the whole shit. You know what I mean? That's what happened with this case. With this dude was getting taken up in the elevator by a CO, and the CO beat him up in the elevator while he was handcuffed in a 3-piece. So when they took him and put him in solitary, when they came to get him, the goon squad came to get him. He was highly upset. He just got his ass whipped, and he got black eye and all of that. They took pictures of the CO hand. His knuckles and shit was bloody, even though he had a glove on. That's some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Crazy
This
work.
guy, I think he
Real life
ended
animals.
up dead.
Yeah. Well, I hope people hearing this who's never been through any of that will learn to avoid it altogether. There's nothing great about getting locked up. It's not a movie.
Nothing. It ain't nothing glorified about that shit.
Man, Hacker
Bro,
heard all this shit and learned nothing.
Hey, I'm gonna just tell you this too, man. You be walking up in there, you know what I mean? Talking. You be in there talking. You be in intake, talking to people, trying to be nice as hell. You be the most respectfulest motherfucker ever, and they still be disrespectful. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. COs is worse than police officers, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah,
shit, they in jail with y'all too. Shit.
Yep.
They just got a little bit more freedom. That's it. They in jail just with y'all.
That's their fault for getting their job.
I'm like, when people, I'm like, I don't know how you work in a jet like a prison, and I'll be like, you literally in prison too. You're in prison too, or jail too. You just got a little bit more freedom. Like it's the same shit.
A turnkey.
But I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. If you haven't already, punch that like and subscribe button. Great conversation tonight. Another good show, 2 Cents After Dark in the books. I'm gonna go around the panel, give everybody about 90 seconds, get their final 2 cents off. We're gonna start with you, Too Rich, since you was the last one up. You could be the first one to go. What's your final 2 cents, Too Rich? What you got for the show?
Oh yeah, earlier when I heard y'all talking about the Clarissa Shields thing, I'm just gonna say it like this. We all saw the fight. Everybody thought that Shadesia Green just was not in shape. That's what we thought, that she wasn't in shape. So I don't think nobody could foreseen that, she had the issues she had. And I hope she's doing better. But as far as Clarissa, man, that's just a part of being a superstar, man. She's a superstar, and the hate just coming from the people who support Bumgarner. That's just the way the game go. As far as Tio, Tio and David Benavidez to me in the same situation where these the Mexican Americans that don't really get the Mexican backing. Now, Benavidez is a lot like Devin Haney and Shakur to the point the Mexicans are backing Canelo. So they see David Benavidez as the enemy of Canelo. Like Tank fans see Shakur and Devin the enemy of Tank. So I think his fan base is largely black. But Tio don't have no fan base. The blacks don't really fuck with him. The Mexicans don't fuck with him. I think he takes it harder. So I think that's his issue. As far as Richard Hitchison, I hear y'all talk about fighters' value, but your value is what somebody willing to pay you. So my example would be if you drove a forklift for $15 an hour, then Toyota come to your city and open a plant and they pay $30 an hour. Nobody can say, well, that's they overpaying you. That's not how it works. That's their value. You see what I'm saying? So if Zuffa willing to value Richard Hitchison or whoever else and willing to pay them more, then that's their value for them. So salute to them. I hope Devin Haney go over there to fight Hitchins if that's where you got to go to get the money. That's what you got to do. What you got to do to get the money. But that's all I got.
So we done with Legacy?
No, the way I see it is
because he had to drop that belt.
Listen what I'm saying.
Drop that belt, and I thought Legacy was most important to y'all.
But listen what I'm saying. Y'all got to look at it from their point of view. All those fighters are still talking about fighting for belts. I'm trying to look at it from
your point of view. You said that.
Okay, well, this is what I'm saying. All those fighters are still talking about fighting for belts. So Dana White them are telling them something. They're telling them something that makes them think they're still going to be fighting for belts. You see what I mean? So we kind of got to let it play out. You see what I'm saying? We got to see how it play out. Because you got to think about Turkey is involved with Zuffa, and Turkey is also involved with Ring Magazine, the ring fights. So
everybody going to Zuffa getting stripped.
And like I say, clearly they telling them something. So we don't know all of it right now. We'll see how it play out. We'll see how it play out.
All right. Shout out to Rich for coming up on the panel. Be More Bully, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Man, Too Rich, you wrong, man. You wrong. You know what Dana is telling them? I'm gonna give you $8 million. You know what I mean? Or I'm gonna give you $4 million. And you know what's going to end up happening? Because he knows the psychology of young black athletes. They like the ice. They want the mansion. They want the cars. Still, at the same time, he's saying, I'm going to give $4 million. No, you're going to get $2 million after you pay taxes. And if you don't pay taxes, everything you got going to get taken away from you. So he understands the psychology of that. And if you have 2, maybe 3 bad showings, you know what's going to happen? Because you're going to be getting paid the minimum amount that they pay everybody else after you get that big so-called lump sum of down payment. You know what I mean? Advance or whatever. You know what I mean? That once you get, next thing you know, you're going to go out there acting a fool, party all the time, tricking on broads, buying gifts, acting like you know what I mean? And then the next thing you know, it's going to be like, yo, you ain't got no money, man. You're going to have to start trying to liquidate stuff. And the assets you accumulated that doesn't carry any weight when you try to resell it, you're just going to be in trouble. They're not diamond necklaces. It doesn't hold that value when you try to resell it. Next thing you know, you're going to end up broke. And you're going to be cut from Zuffa. And you're going to be trying to begging your other promoters to bring you back. And they're not going to have nothing to do with you. And I landed right there.
Shout out Be More Bully. That's a crazy scenario he just made up. So you're gonna get them chains, you're gonna be broke. Ain't gonna have nothing you could liquidate. Gonna be out of there fooling with Zuffa. Y'all better be careful messing with the Dana. Dondrick, what you got for the show? What's your final 2 cents?
Goddamn, I keep turning this up. Well, I was a good show. Too rich. He the last nigga that should be talking about. Goddamn, people hating on somebody because he's the biggest hater of anything black that's not Devin Haney. So I'm tired of his ass. First of all, but I just love the show. Wait till next time.
All right, Dondrick, peace out. Blue Hustle Man, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Um, mm-mm-mm. What I
Hey,
got for the show is
quick
this is
question.
real
Blue Hustle
simple.
Man, was that
So,
you over there, Bernie with Bernie earlier today?
no.
All right.
Oh, hold on. Was when he was live?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I was over there too. Oh yeah, I was over there too. Man, salute. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
said
they
what's
caught
up to
Daniel
you.
Kinahan, SBG Mello. They got that boy. They
Yeah,
say
they
if
found him
Daniel
in.
Kinahan gets extradited back to the US, it's gonna be up and it's gonna be stuck. If he take a
Yeah,
deal and
well, they're paying.
starts talking, ooh, it's gonna be nasty.
Well, 2 cents. They basically like set him up pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So they must have they obviously set him up because they're asking for money right now. They said they're asking for some money before they send him to
Man,
America.
send that nigga
But
back over here because they had a 5 million
yeah,
bounty on his head.
yeah, that was me earlier, bro.
All right, y'all, come on, let's wrap it up. Go ahead, Dondrick, what you got?
Oh no, I didn't even finish what I was saying.
Oh, I thought it was on Dondrick.
No, it was on me. It's all good though. I'll be quick. No, I'm just gonna say appreciate you. You know, 2 cents. I would say something, but I ain't gonna be like that. I'm gonna let it go. But you know what I'm saying? um, yeah, great live, great topics. I feel like to be honest with you, I feel like these fighters, they do what they do. They get a little emotional. Sometimes they say things that they might not mean, but this is a part of boxing. So one thing you can do is we all have a purpose of why we do things and why we are who we are. So that's why I said, I don't expect Clarissa Shields to change what she do because the simple fact is that's how she is who she is. If she changed what she did for what people wanted her to be, she wouldn't be who she is right now. So um like I said, great live. On to the next one. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. Hit that like
Shout
button.
out, shout out, Blue Hustle, man. Y'all make sure y'all punch that like and subscribe button. Let me get the 100 to 100 before we get off of here. We got 2, 4, 5 more people to go through. And by the time they all done, I need to get them 100 likes. Boxing Hacker, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show? 90
What's up,
seconds.
Tucson? What's up? Hey, I didn't touch on this earlier, but I do disagree with you. I think Teofimo is an elite fighter. Heard you mention that you felt like he wasn't. I think he is. I don't think you can beat somebody like Josh Taylor the way he beat Josh Taylor, or Barboza the way he beat Barboza, or even Lomachenko the way he beat Lomachenko without being an elite fighter. Like Josh Taylor was the upper echelon of the 140 division, whether we hate it or love it. He was that number one guy in the 140 division. He was the Lomachenko. It's hard to outbox a guy who has so many amateur fights and is like this. Is Lomachenko basically? But when it comes to like whether he should stay at 140 or 147, I think he should move up. I mean, he lost to Shakur. Shakur right now holds the belt, and the thing about the belt that he lost, he was the lineal champion. So like every other belt at 140. Do you really need it at this point? Like, I think the Teo and Ryan fight sells really well because Teo's crazy, Ryan's crazy. I think their press conference is going to be crazy. They're both pretty present in social media. Like, I think if they get like Kasna and Demon the Great like in there as well, I think they can really sell well with the fight. Depending how they market it. I definitely think it'd be a good fight for him. As far as the Clarissa Shields thing, I remain the same. I think that it's similar to how people were hating Shakira Richardson when she had her issues. You know, I don't know why people have so much, like, because some of the animosity be over the top. It's not normal to me. You know, it'd be like, oh, you know, like some people just go way overboard. I've seen channels that like dedicate their whole like channel to like hate on Clarissa Shield. Every move she makes, they gotta downplay her, you know. But to be honest with you, I think maybe it sort of comes with the territory because she's so great as a fighter, and people like no matter what, you can't really attack her boxing career because she accomplished so much with the amount of fights that she has, you know. And not many women are like even competing with her, you know. There's only a couple women that really compete with Clarissa, you know. So I think that's probably what it is, you know. As far as that conversation we just had, I don't know what y'all are talking about. I think it's wild, but yeah, I will agree the prison system does suck. I do believe that it's something that is a ploy to hold certain people, especially people of color, in. You know, so it's something that we should all be cognizant of and be aware of to try to stay away from. You know, because not only does it hold people in, but it also creates a pathway for people to go back in. You know, which is never good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
I'll end it there. Salute to the panel chat, everybody. Have a good night.
Shout out to Boxing Hacker with the final 2 cents. Blue, did you get your final 2 cents or you was just talking?
Nah, I can go because I'm coming up here just to mess with a couple of notorious
Yeah, I
haters.
already gave mine. I'll back out.
No. You couldn't give some more, man, because you know you the sauce guy. We gonna let you go again. But I'm gonna say my man Hannibal and my man Too Rich. Somewhere along the line, Al Heyman must have had a good time with one of their peoples and then just left them out there cold because them Mickey Frickies hate them some PBC. And they are for anything that is against the PBC and their biggest stars. They're straight haters. So Dondre was absolutely right. And Hacker, he ain't too far behind them. And that's all I got to say. That's just my 2 cents.
Shout out Thomas Hill. He came up here and got on y'all head, Hannibal and Bobby. I mean, not Bobby and Too Rich. I gotta give Bobby I did give Bobby a wrench. Alright. I thought I seen somebody in here that needed a wrench. Mr. Greg, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Hey, I'll close out with Clarissa has become sort of the athlete people love to hate. Hopefully, she can turn that into something that's going to be very profitable for her. And at some point in time, people will see some of the nicer qualities of her personality. As far as her being an athlete, yeah, you're supposed to be supremely confident. You're supposed to be somewhat over the top, and then you just prove it in the ring. That's all you have to do with that part. Some of the other stuff, like I said, she kind of brings it on herself unnecessarily. Sometimes she stays on 10 too long, or she got to get off the internet every once in a while. But as far as the hate, that's going to happen. I've seen she's crossed over where people don't understand. I've seen things said about her in other kinds of platforms. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. But the fact of the matter is, her name is being spoken outside of boxing circles. So that's a good thing because people want to know who is this woman. And I think that was part of her plan. And if it's not, I'm sure she'll be happy about it. The other soap operas aspects of boxing continue to be what it is. We'll see how that plays out the next 18 months with my fighters going over to Zuffa and start to call people out who aren't over there. That's, I mean, is anybody going to be surprised when that starts really happening? Because right now they're sort of a startup. They don't have all of the weight divisions over there. I'm not sure how much money is going to get generated and how much they have to start with, and whether those purses or those contracts are going to be worthwhile to the fighters themselves. If Devin Haney's going over there, I mean, I won't be surprised about that either because where else is he going to go? Nobody else is taking him, and they still looking. They're looking for a deal. He's like a Ronin. He's looking somewhere where he can do business. So if he can do business over there, great. If he can't, he may have to change how he's moving. I don't know. We'll see. I think that's all we really touched on. Again, I would tell any young man out there, if you're not in trouble, don't get in trouble. Please don't. Don't fall for the stuff you see in these movies, these videos. Find something positive, strong that you can really do. Make your family happy about you, your wife, your children, and give back to somebody. Do something like that. Don't think all this getting locked up and being out here is the thing to do. It really is not. And we've had enough of that for the last couple of generations. We got a lot of people, a lot of young boys in the grave, and I'm not even promoting any of that. And I hope none of y'all are either. As always, 2 Cents After Dark is always good. We can always segue into other subject matters, and I think that's always a good thing because we can all tell our stories and learn certain things about each other. And I think that's always a good thing. I did want to make sure I clarify with Tank. I was not attacking his character. I should have tried to use my words better, but no, I was not questioning his fatherhood or anything of that nature. I was just saying you can be trained to be a great athlete, but you also have to be developed and trained to be a good person. And that comes from the people who are around you and who you're watching and who you're learning from, which will help develop you. The last thing, and let me make sure I say this too, I think we're going to find out from all of these fighters who have gotten some nice paydays, now that we're starting to see a little change taking place, who has done well with their money. Because if you don't have any money now and you was getting nice paychecks, that's going to be a testament of, or a failure in how you've handled your money. But if you do have some good money, I hope you've made some great investments. I hope they pay off for you. And I hope that as you go forward in your career, you start getting good checks and you start doing some good things with your money. Because I think all of you have had enough jewelry and cars and babies and little women on the side that last you for a while. So hopefully y'all will do this now while there's going to be a little lull and sit down and plan your future. And that's all I got. We land that plane. Thank you for letting me come on.
All right.
See you band up. I'll see you next time, 2 Cent.
All right, thank you, Mr. Greg, for coming up. Your wisdom is always greatly appreciated on the panel. I like how Mr. Greg just come through and then slap Boxing Hacker in the face with some facts. And then Boxing Hacker can't even argue because like Mr. Greg was there. You know what I'm saying? Like how you gonna argue with that? But of course Boxing Hacker gonna try. This is how crazy Boxing Hacker is. Boxing Hacker will agree with you, but he'll just argue for the people that don't agree with you for the sake of having something to argue about. Like this is how much Boxing Hacker like to argue. So from now on, this is what y'all gotta do. Y'all just let Boxing Hacker say what he say. Everybody just be quiet and listen, and let him say what he gonna say, and then continue on with y'all conversation. Band up. What's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Thank you for letting your boy get his final 2 cents. You know what I mean? Salute Jay, man. Salute everybody that came up today. I wasn't able to listen the whole time. I was before work. During work, and I caught on after. But man, I got a question for you. Far as Larissa, do you think she's immature? Not a lot immature, but do you think she's slightly immature? Larissa.
Yeah.
I kind of get that little bit of vibe from her too. Just a little bit. I like to listen. You know what I mean? I'm a fan.
They're athletes. All those athletes are immature. Like, look at Bud. He's 40 years old, still rolling around and wrestling with niggas all the time.
Yeah, he got that Michael Jordan syndrome. Oh, I'm the best, so I gotta prove it. You know what I mean? It'd be hard to be friends with a nigga like that. I always want to prove something.
Childish, bro. That shit childish, bro.
Yeah, I said that too. Like I said, it'd be hard to be friends with Floyd. You can imagine that shit? No, hell no, man. Every time you want to say something, you want to
annoying as hell.
Exactly. See, I can't do it. But when it comes, I heard you say, I don't know what you was getting at or who said something when I came in. But man, man, whoever all that talk about turn on your camera shit, people are fucking whack. You know what I mean? People are fucking whack. I've been talking to you for about 3 years, and I ain't asking you to turn on your camera not one time. When they do that, they just want to take a shot at you. When people start talking about how people look and dress and all that shit, that means they ain't got no facts to say. So yeah, obviously, you know you're doing something right if they're trying to hit you like that. You dig? You one of the realest people out. You one of the realest people out here. 2 cents. Like I said, even when they talk, you understand people start cussing when they start losing the conversation. You dig? It's all about how they carry yourself. You know you got them without saying it. But salute. Just keep cooking these cats, man. And you know we gonna be here every day to tap in. If Band ain't here, he's at work.
All right, shout out Band Up.
Salute.
Shout out Band Up coming up here with his final 2 cents. Shout out to everybody that joined me on the panel today. Sin, Boxing Hacker, Mr. Greg, Be More Bully, Thomas Hill. Who else came up here? Jupe, Paid in Full, Terrence Best Videos. Did I miss anybody? I think that was everybody. Dondrick Nim. I think that's everybody. Yeah, that's everybody. So shout out to everybody that joined me on the panel tonight. If I forgot your name, my bad. Shout out to you. Thank you for coming up and joining me. Mr. Greg, if I didn't say Mr. Greg. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all had a good old time in the chat. I be having to go back and watch the replay so I can read the chat. Because I can't read the chat and be in a conversation to be throwing me off. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm a little ADD. Shout out to Bobby with the $4.99 in the super chat. He says, my bad 2 cents for flooding the chat. Shout out Bobby. Appreciate you, Bobby. No problem. Y'all make sure y'all get listen, the more y'all chatting, the more the algo picks it up that people are engaging and talking. So it shows it to more people, and more people are able to come and join the conversation with the 2 cents boxing. This is the second best show on YouTube. You can join me for the first best show on YouTube. 2 cents boxing, all women's panel, boxing talk, Friday night, starting at 8 p.m. Maybe 8:30. See, I try to start at 8, but then the ladies don't get here till later. So I'm gonna probably start at 8:30 so I can get my little monologue off, and then the ladies can come on and we can start talking about these boxing topics. If you're new here to 2 cents boxing, or this is your first time listening, I just want to let you know this is a high IQ platform. I mean, conversations may get heated every now and then, but we're not over here cussing each other out. We're not over here downing boxers and making up shit. We're not doing none of that. We're just over here giving our genuine opinions off of the information that's been presented to us in this boxing space. And we may go back and forth and have a little debate about our opinions. But it's no right or wrong answers over here for the most part. Your opinion will not get you timed out. It won't get you kicked off the panel, and it won't get you muted. But what will get you timed out, kicked off my panel, and muted is disrespect. That is the one thing that is not tolerated over here at 2 cents boxing. We're going to respect each other, and we're going to respect each other's opinions. So if you're okay with that, if you're looking for a space and a platform where you can just be free of thought and able to express your opinion without getting cussed out, yelled at, timed out, muted, then this is the channel for you. Punch that subscribe button. Punch that like button. This where you need to be. If you like intelligent boxing conversations, if you're a casual, if you're a hardcore, it don't matter if you're a historian like Jupe. It don't matter. This is the place for you. 2 cents boxing. This is where you need to be. I don't know what you got going on over there at them other channels. But come back. I'll be live again Friday, 8:30 p.m. for ladies' night. All women's panel, men call-in show. 281-845-2103. You actually can call me at any time. Ain't too hard to find. That's the phone number right there for 2 cents boxing, scrolling across the bottom of your screen. You can shoot me a text. If I don't answer, leave me a message. And I get back to you on the show. I play the messages, whatever. Y'all know how I get down. So say the number in your phone. under 2 Cents Boxing, 281-845-2103. And listen, if you don't want your hosts all in the videos, cussing you out, timing you out the chat, kicking you off the panel, come on over to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion.